I the a-hole for divorcing my wife because I like being single more?
Dude, single is fun. Single is great. If you watch In the City, singleness sounds fun.
Wait, how do you like being single, Sam?
It's great.
Single says be fun. Let's get into this story. So Interesting King 84 says, throwaway account because family follows me in my principal and they already think I'm the a-hole. And to preface this, Sam, the question of this episode is...
Yes, give me the question.
When do you give up on a relationship?
Oh, wow. That was just going to be, when do you give up? When do you give up on a relationship?
When do you give up?
When it sucks.
Yeah.
Too much.
When it sucks. Anyways, so I, 32 male, have been married to my wife, 33 female, for almost 6 years, and we have a 3-year-old son that is my entire world, and I make most of the income.
Let's go.
Slay.
OP.
Now, for some context, I work from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. I come home around 2 hours before her. She works from 9 to 6. So I start cleaning the house and cooking since I like taking care of it. During all this, I try to include my son and play with him. Then I normally take a nap until my wife comes home. We eat together and she leaves to her gym and her girl nights until around 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Oh, during
Every
those
day?
hours. I guess so.
No.
Yeah, me and John be out till like 9 or 10 some nights working out.
But
Like 11
girl nights
PM?
until 1 a.m. every day?
No, I don't think every day. I think it's either gym or girl nights. I'm not quite sure.
Huh.
During those hours, I put my son to bed, cook dinner for me and her. I also cooked the lunch for both of us and tried to relax before hitting bed around 12 a.m. I also try to be there for her, treating her to dates every weekend, saying how much I love her, showering her with gifts, etc.
I think it sounds like it was every day. Girls' night every day.
Or gym, maybe. Maybe it's girls' night or gym every day. I'm sensing a theme of OP maybe putting a lot of work into the relationship.
And the partner not.
And the partner not.
Yeah. I think she's putting a lot of work into another
Girls'
relationship.
night. Oh.
I think she's cheating. I think she'd be cheating.
Oh my.
Is the Reddit Nostradamus going to be right?
We'll see. I always like this because I love feeling I'm doing something and making other people happy. But around 2 to 3 months ago, I discovered that my wife was having an affair with some random dude at the gym.
It's always Jim.
He strikes again.
Jim Veins.
I was checking some photos she wanted me to see, and I came across a video of a dude. How do I say that?
Railing.
Well, I know how to say it. I was trying to think of a better way. Okay, railing him. Her railing her. Of course, this made us argue, and after a lot of tears and begging, I decided to give her another chance.
Oh, I don't think I would.
Not with a video like that on her phone.
Yeah. And it's like, that's not the only video. Like, you don't record your first bang. Like, that's like a couple bangs deep. And how long have they been together?
Well, they're married now. 6 years. And they have a 3-year-old son.
Yeah, so like that's like 2 max.
Sorry. And she told me I had a hall pass anytime I wanted.
Like forever? Continuous hall passes?
I guess so.
Okay.
I'm not proud of it, but I used them because I wanted her to feel sad. But this has made me open my eyes.
This is a terrible relationship. This is terrible. This is terrible. You should have broken up beforehand.
Yeah.
If you are hooking up with other people to make your partner feel bad, this is a toxic relationship and you should leave.
Yeah. Yeah. It's over. I feel so good when a girl compliments me for my body. I do all the chores daily, and when she goes out, I go for a walk with my kids, so I have a nice body. Yeah. Own it.
Walks?
That's what I do.
No comment.
Rude.
You look great, Sophia.
Rude.
You look great.
Just a little chubby, maybe around 3 kilograms over my normal weight. Since she said I was fat, and that's one of the reasons she cheated.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
That is a terrible, like, babe,
awful.
I know I cheated, but it's because you're fat.
That's
like, that's
awful.
the worst thing you could say.
That's awful. They also say I'm great for doing what I do in the house and how I take care of my kid. I tell them that I'm in an open relationship with my wife and a bit about what I do. Oh, and I realized how much I liked actually being valued. So I asked my wife for a divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should have been the thing that you did when you watched your wife get railed.
Facts.
That is a quote from the story. Sorry. Watch your wife get railed.
Now, her and both our families are constantly insulting me for what I'm doing, saying that I betrayed her. Did anyone tell them what she did? And that I'm going to regret what I do, and I feel guilty because the divorce petition was seemingly out of nowhere. One day we're working in our relationship, and the next day I'm asking for a divorce. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole?
Yes. Yes, you are. You are completely the a-hole. Yes. He is the a-hole. If you are hooking up with other people to make someone feel bad, you are an a-hole. Yes, it was a bad move for her to quote unquote get railed by another dude and
wait, I don't know. Okay, well, in that case, it's just everyone's a-hole.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's necessarily.
You're saying he's not the a-hole?
Well, the second that he realized that, he was like, I realized what I'm doing, and so I divorced her.
Yeah, but he used he used it multiple times. He used the hall pass multiple times to make his wife feel
I don't
bad.
think he's the a-hole.
That's an a-hole move.
But he recognized it, and so he he divorced her.
Which is a good move.
I guess it's.
There's moments of a-holery. Everyone's an a-hole in this story. He's an a-hole. She's definitely an a-hole.
Yeah.
I guess the kid's not an a-hole.
the kid's not an a-hole.
Everyone else is an a-hole.
Here we go. Would I be the a-hole if I didn't get you a fork? To make you feel sad? Sophia asked me earlier, can you give me a fork? And I almost said no, but I didn't.
You did say no, and then you got me a fork. Yeah, I was actually really saddened by it.
But let's say I did that. I said no just to make you sad. Would that make me the a-hole?
Yes.
I think everyone sucks
because it's intention.
Here.
I said no to your spoon just to make you sad. Am I the a-hole?
Yes.
Okay.
Because for a moment I thought you weren't getting me a fork.
So I think if you do anything just to upset someone, you're being an a-hole.
Thank you, Sam.
So
yeah, I guess
what OP did is he hooked up with these people not because he wanted to hook up with them. He did it because he knew it would make her feel bad. He knew it would make her feel bad. And that is the reason he's an a-hole. If he just did it because he wanted to and she was okay with it and he just did it because he wanted to and had permission, that's a different story. But he did it because
I guess
he wanted her to feel bad.
Everyone sucks here.
Yeah.
I think
he sucks less than her.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought you were saying. He sucks more. I think he sucks. No. He sucks less. Maybe still sucks a little bit.
You asked me, do I think OP's the a-hole? And I think yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Gabe Elijah says intentions make him the a-hole.
That's fair.
Jellyba says he used it as a weapon.
That's fair.
He's not the a-hole for the divorce though.
Yeah.
The divorce actually was the most compassionate thing he could have done.
That's what I was thinking that you were saying at first, but I understand what you're saying. And I think, I think he's not an a-hole for getting a divorce. Yeah, but sucks for using it.
I think intentions
because
matter.
Because if you're
with
going,
a-holery.
I guess if you're going to agree to the terms, then you have to agree to them.
Well, what an unhealthy relationship we witnessed. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Bad.
Who is the worst? OP's wife. Yeah, for sure. OP's wife is the worst.
Yeah.
Also, she probably was cheating like a ton.
Yeah.
For a long time. Is there another story that we're going to read?
Yes.
Ayo. Okay.
Rich boyfriend makes me pay for everything and dates me in secret. Should I marry him or leave? What do you think, Riley?
Marry, invest, get money out of it, go for half.
Oh, yeah, and then take his half.
Yep.
Let's go. Oh, I love that. This is to answer the question, how should couples split bills? And by the way, you can join us live on YouTube every weekday at 3 p.m. So guys, wherever you're watching right now, go to YouTube. This comes from BookLover83, who says, I have been having a casual relationship with someone I really care about for about 3 years now. I love to go out. He only goes out with his friends. We both earn good incomes, but he honestly earns about 5 times what I do. Since he doesn't take me out anywhere, I try to create dates at home. I make him dinner and order his favorite takeout. I like buying him gifts because gifts are my love language. None of this is ever reciprocated. I think what hurts the most is what he knows how much I want to go out because I've told him many times, but he never takes the initiative to take me anywhere. Super quick. We're going to take a real quick pit stop. A casual relationship for 3 years? Everyone's saying in chat is saying to leave.
Leave.
Everyone's
leave.
saying, yeah. To my infor, 3 years is not casual, bruh.
Yeah, no.
This is not a casual,
Y'all are straight dating.
or like you should be. This is like, I mean, well, I guess it's true.
Wait a minute. The dates are at home.
Yes.
They're not going out. And it's a secret that they're together.
That motherfucker's cheating.
Self-explanatory.
He's super faithful. He's so faithful. Guys, Courtney Brady gets it. Put a nice you in the comments, but I digress. Let's keep going. So anytime I suggested going out, there's always an excuse not to. For 3 years, bro. For 3 years. There are, of course, things I love about him, or I wouldn't be wasting my time.
Probably just hot. He's hot and he has a lot of money, but he doesn't give you any money?
Yeah.
That's whack.
His richness is useless. I don't know if he's embarrassed to be seen with me or if he's worried about bumping into another girl he's seeing. I don't know what's worse. I'm not expecting some kind of crazy, expensive date, but taking me out on my birthday would certainly be nice. Am I an idiot for thinking that he might change after all of this time? It is not a lack of communication. I've expressed my needs clearly many times. Should I just let go of the idea of going on dates? And ladies and gentlemen, we have an update. We have another update. We have relevant comments, okay?
Amanda Morgan or a wife. Yeah.
Or a wife.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
the
yeah,
reason
yeah,
why
yeah.
he's not spending any money because he could trace back to him. Hey,
Yes.
babe, what's this $50 on a Tuesday night here? Hey, babe, what's this Wednesday morning coffee?
Guys, this guy's on fire today. This guy is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. We just had a great working sesh too.
We did,
Dude,
we
we
really
freaking
did.
crushed the working set. It's both of us. We doing this.
The
Dude,
Donners are out right now.
The Donners out. We'll explain after the story. We'll have some time and space to discuss it. All is good. But dude, how has she let this happen for 3 years?
I don't know.
How?
Lack of self-value, self-respect, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any other explanation.
I need more details on the day-to-day of this relationship. Like, are you only seeing him during the weekdays or you see him on the weekends?
Yeah, that schedule is super important. You're the 9 to 5, I'm the weekend.
That's a great song.
Yeah, that's that. Dude, have you heard the funk remix to it?
No.
Greatest thing ever. Greatest thing ever.
Ooh.
But you know what? It's actually the greatest thing ever, Riley.
What?
This next update.
Oh, they have an update?
Oh, we got two.
We got... Oh.
That's right.
Oh.
So, guys, thank you for all the replies to my last post. Most of you pointed out that he was probably married. Guys, Riley called that. He was not married.
Oh.
But he did indeed have many side chicks. She was 9 to 5. OP's the weekend. There you go. I was just one of them. Originally, I took everyone's advice and sent a kind message that I no longer wanted to do this casual relationship anymore, and I blocked him. In a moment of weakness, I unblocked him, and he sent me a message saying that he wanted to have a conversation about becoming more serious.
So she's the best side chick.
She's the best side chick. She's winning out. Can we poll
Okay.
get together or not? Or should we do, I guess they already broke up. What's better?
Get together.
Get together. Yeah, get together. Yeah, because that's really the action that's being done here. What do
I'm
you think,
going with
Riley?
no.
Dude?
If he's been treating her like this for 3 years and he's like, let's get serious now.
Because like OP said, I've expressed clearly many times my wants and needs in a relationship, like going outside on a date, having some kind of reciprocation of like the gifts and the attention. What do you got?
He probably treats his dog better than you. Takes him outside, gives him things of responsibility.
Not he treats his dog better than you. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's rough. No. Unless, here we go. John's going to agree with me on this point.
Okay. I'm scared.
I get 10% of whatever you make. He's making 5 times as much as her. Think about this. She'll be getting her wage and some. Like her wage, 1.5 of her wage if she gets some money out of it.
So I'll be the side chick. Just give me 10%. It's like a reverse, like OnlyFans.
Well,
It's
no,
sugar
no.
baby.
True. You could be the side chick and do that. Or be like, I want to get serious and 10%.
Oh. Oh, here we go. Serious and 10% or casual and 50%.
50%.
I was gonna say
Damn!
I was gonna say 20, but I'm like, nah,
I was
Opie's a
thinking
high
20.
value woman. High value woman, bro. Let's go.
I mean, she probably likes him because of the
You know,
10% and serious.
yeah, dude.
I like the 50% side chick though. This is wild.
This is crazy. Okay, let's see if she puts any offers on the table. So Opie says, I took the bait.
Oh.
And we talked last night.
Okay.
The conversations went in circles and ultimately ended up at the same place. After 3 years, he still needs to think about whether or not he wants to be with me. Dude, he needs another 3 years, dude. Just give me another 3 years, and then we can have this conversation again, and maybe, just maybe, I'll have the answers for you.
At least a 1.5. You could say another 1.5.
No, it's already
years.
been 3 years. It's like, hey, you know, this 3 years, it's flown by with you. It's been so amazing. So we'll just wait another 3 years. You'll blink, wake up, and you won't even know it. And then we could talk about maybe if I want to get with you, maybe not, maybe, possibly 10%. Who knows? I then pressed him on some other issues, like if he was seeing other women at the same time as me. Surprise, surprise! He was with a very kind, special woman 3 months ago, and he still thinks about her. He also still has feelings for his ex and is close friends with another ex who he's been with at the same time as me.
That's 4. That's her, 2 people, and the ex.
You can't have a 9 to 5 and then she's the weekend. You need a 9 to 12, 12 to 3, 3 to 6. Like you need time blocks over here for all these chicks. He says he kept our relationship casual because he thought it was what I wanted. I never gave any indication of that. Opie did say earlier that she communicated clearly like what she wanted, which I think Opie's trying to kind of manipulate this.
Yeah.
Still, he says he wants to have a talk when he arrives back from his 2-month holiday in person to see where things are.
2-month holiday?
He's European. There's no doubt.
Probably French.
He's French. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
dude.
French people.
Bro, it's so funny. I don't know. So I was in Lisbon and we went to like go on the train and we were like trying to get a ticket from the machine. And I was like, bro, even the machines don't work on weekends. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, but I digress. Opie says at this point, I am completely heartbroken. I have never been this hurt or felt this used and unworthy. I really don't think anyone has ever treated me this badly. I blocked him again, hopefully with the strength to do it for good this time. I really need to stay away. If in 3 years' time, I have never been taken out in public or treated well, why would it change now?
Facts.
Why would it change? It wouldn't. It would not. Should I hear this guy out because I love him? Or keep him blocked forever and try to forget it? Guys. Riley, what would the polls
They
say?
said 94% said no.
I'm surprised it's not 100. I'm surprised it's not 100.
Yikes. It is crazy. Here's my thoughts.
Yes.
Oh no, this is a chick I usually hang out with on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Who's going to be in that time zone? And he's like giving her false like thing so he could still have her during that time. Cause like,
Yeah.
if he has a bunch of 95s here and there, imagine if you don't have any work.
He's worked the schedule out.
Exactly.
He needs to find someone with he's like, I can't just get any shorty. Like I have to get shorty with a schedule.
Exactly.
And that's hard to find.
And a shorty I can treat like, okay, give her a C+ treating. Not even that. He's giving her like D.
F minus. F minus.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think this is the most egregious F boy I've ever seen in the history of the show. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is insane.
Like he's so F boyish that he knows and he's not gonna commit, so he can still keep F boying.
Yeah.
Because usually other F boys are like, I'm gonna have a girlfriend, I'm gonna go cheat. He's like, I can't even like, have a girlfriend. I'm just gonna get around as much as I can.
Yeah, there's almost like two camps. There's the like, actually, okay, so I'm very, very curious to hear your take. So I feel like there's kind of like the classic F boy, which is like always like sleeping around, always like casually seeing other chicks, but like always avoiding act. So if anyone ever actually goes to be like, hey, do you want a relationship? They're like, no, I don't want a relationship, right? Then you have the cheaters who like get in relationships, but then always cheat. Low key, is it better to have the F boy who at least says, he still lies and like manipulates and stuff, but yeah, F boy or cheater? Like really F boy or cheater, because at least there is a...
Who would you rather be with?
Yeah.
You know what you're getting with an F boy, not with the cheater.
Yeah, that's the thing is like...
But the thing with the F boy is you have a higher chance of getting things in your crotch. Diseases.
Dude, crotch diseases? That's the new word. That's the new word. Guys, add it to the Discord dictionary. Add that. Where's Duchess Cassandra? Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah. But with an F-boy, he gets around a lot, so he knows how to get you the best because he has experience. While the cheater, it's only you and another person, so it's like 2 versus like 15.
Are F-boys pleasers, though? I don't know. Into this update! I really appreciate all the replies from everyone. It's really helped me to put things into perspective. So many red flags now looking back. He would only see me on weekdays, never weekends. Classic. So she was a 9 to 5 and only for a couple of hours when it was convenient for him. He'd never pick up his phone when I called, would only text to let me know that maybe he would call later. He'd also spend hours online talking on WhatsApp while ignoring me. Dude, he's literally coordinating with his other shorties with her there.
Diabolical.
Dude, this is crazy. Only a couple of his friends know about me, and I was encouraged not to tell any of my friends because he wanted to keep his private life private. Did OP a little bit kind of trap herself by staying this long? You know,
I would say so.
Is there something to be said there? Let me know, or let's discuss it after we get through this update. He would make up stories like that. He received an anonymous email from someone that I was sending them naked pic. I know this is a lie because I've never done this. He was just fishing. What? Dude, he made it very clear that he didn't want me seeing anyone else, always accusing me of flirting. The audacity, this is the big bang of audacity. This is like Black Star imploding and ever expanding audacity.
This is wild.
Wow. Meanwhile, last night he admits to seeing and having feelings for many special women who are really great people. He said he's still figuring out what he wants at 56 after 3 years of this.
56?
You know, when I'm in my 60s, that's when it'll really lock in, you know? I just need,
56?
I just need a good 60 years, you know, like.
How old is she?
Honestly, I'm going to guess.
Oh, I just read ahead. I'm just going to say 20 years younger.
Oh, dude. I mean, he probably is like, because think about it. When you're 56, what are you doing? You're like, you spent so much time with your family. You're investing into your family.
About to have grandkids.
Could be.
That's what my grandparents were doing.
But he's literally spent all of his time and money. He probably like goes to the gym. Like he has all this extra money and time over 56 years to like make himself continue to be able to be an F-boy. Like he's reinvested. He's got like a bachelor pad, like all of this stuff,
okay,
right?
I don't know, because in Europe,
yes,
if let's say, I don't know, like you got like a nice little gut, you got some chest hair going on, and you're like suave, I think you're good. You don't need
the dad
to go to the
bod
gym.
going.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got something. It maybe at least like the like she said he was rich. Maybe he's got like a sick bachelor pad and just like wins over the girls that way.
He's not going to change Jello. At 56, no way. Get out of there.
I don't know, Jello, but maybe if we give him another 56 years.
Maybe if he has a stroke, he might get it.
If he has a brain disorder. Oh my God. I know some of you have been very focused on the fact that he's super rich and accusing me of being a gold digger. I can assure you there's nothing farther from the truth. He never spent a dime on me, and I've always paid for everything without any offer in return. He even forgot my birthday.
Oh.
Dude, bro is just, oh my God.
Come on.
On weekends, he would take off to his cottage and invite friends and family, but never me. Always an excuse not to bring me. I stayed together because we laughed and got along great together. Lots of chemistry and similar interests like fitness and business. I loved him. Okay, but you don't, if you love someone that's not a casual, I guess the actual mechanics of it were casual, but she loved him. Oh man.
Daddy issue?
Could be.
Because he's 20 years older.
Oh man. Fuck. Reading through all the comments, I see how foolish I was for thinking things would ever change. I was one of many side chicks. The comments that hurt me the most are the ones saying that he is out of my league. How? I used to think this, which is why I allowed it to go on so long. In reality, I am a successful, educated, attractive woman who runs her own business.
Yo.
I am also 20 years younger than him. Despite his wealth, I think I'm also a catch. Keep in mind, he'll be 70 before he knows it. Yeah. I mean, bro, at this rate, I think bro's going to the grave in F-boy.
Yeah.
Dude, F-boy to the grave? That's crazy. That's bananas.
That's a lifestyle.
That's a lifestyle, dude. That's a religion at that point. You are piously dedicated to your pursuit of non-commitment. I need this group to keep me from unblocking / going back. Dude, how good is this man in the sack? What sort of pills is he taking? I've fallen for this lie 3 times now. What are some strategies to help me never speak to this cheap narc again? I've already blocked him on everything. Is there a service with iPhone that I can pay for that will keep me from unblocking him? Delete the number. Any strategies to heal and put this loser behind me for good? Right now, he's all I can think about. Let's read these relevant comments and then get to the breakdown. So, Don't Ask, I Don't Know says, my stomach dropped when after everything, she is still asking if she should forgive him. Of course not. Stay away from my son. Response to that. Honestly, this is why I am a bad friend. I had friends who were in the exact same position, holding on to hope for quintessential F-boys for years. Like there was true romance waiting to happen as soon as he stopped hooking up with other women, disregarding her wishes, giving excuses, being a selfish lay, risking their sexual health, making them cry, etc., etc., etc. I couldn't take it. I just ended up getting mad at them because they would always say they were going to end it until he threw a scrap and reeled them back in. It hurt just to witness it. And in the end, they couldn't confide in me because it was a broken record that drove me insane. Just super quick responding to that relevant comment. Honestly, I think you can only help someone so much, to be honest. And like, they were like, hey, I did it. I tried to tell them over and over and they kept going back. I don't think it's necessarily your responsibility if you've like given it the good old college try for, friends who really matter to you and they keep going back. Like that's on them at some point.
Yeah.
And if you're like, my whole friendship is just trying to get them to like save them from themselves, I mean,
get better friends.
Yeah, get better friends. But wow, guys. I mean, holy crap.
I hope she don't unblock them. I'm praying.
Actually, I guess technically if you delete a number, can you really block a deleted number? Or I guess that's probably an option, right? Because it has to know what the number is to block it.
You could like put his contact information in and then block it.
I'm not sure. Yeah. But like, I think that's the move. Literally get a new number and delete his from the old one. That is the only way to just like completely cut it out. Dude. Duchess Cassandra says she needs to go out and get some spicy one-night stands and get over this loser.
Yep, best way to get over Amanda's under another.
If that's what it takes, because at this point, like OP is still, I think OP is at high risk of going back, honestly. I kind of think that she'll slip up at least one more time, maybe.
I feel that coming.
A few more.
Because she's struggling with like, hey guys, please convince me not to get back with them.
Like, what are we doing? We need a support group, a post F-boy support group.
I wish we just had pictures of these people. Imagine.
Dude, you're so right.
We'd be roasting these people so much.
You are literally so right. But let's answer the question of the episode, a show favorite. Should you split the bills in a relationship?
No.
No, yeah. You're in the no camp.
Well, in this case, yes, split. The guy should be doing way more. He should be paying for all of this.
Yeah.
Especially if he has 5 times as much money as her.
Yeah, so I think like most of you know me and Riley's positions. My position classically is like generally split everything equally / equitably. Riley's take is guy pays for everything, basically. And like also to add some nuance to my take, I think it's kind of like because in the very beginning of like when you're in your early 20s and when it's like starting out in your career, I think it's like very fair to split because you are building up low key. You're building up your nest egg for your future partner. Like that's how I've always looked at it.
But when does a partner come into the nest egg?
When you get married.
When I get married?
Well.
Wait, time out, John. John, question.
Yeah.
When you get married, who's going to be paying for the dates?
Probably some sort of joint.
Splitting still?
I don't know. Well, so okay. Yeah. So here's the ramp up, right? Early dating and early like just in your life and career, split, generally speaking.
Okay.
And then as you get more and more and more, you start paying for more.
Okay.
Like you ramp up the amount of pay over time as your salary
And this
increases.
is what you agree to?
Yeah, this is basically how I
Is this what you're doing?
roll. Yes.
Really?
We're both kind of like, well, what now what's happening is we're both just starting to treat each other more because both of our pays are kind of like scaling.
Nice.
But what's happened is like, so like with me and my girlfriend, like we've pretty much, it's not like we've always split. Like in the beginning, I was making more. Like I like bought her when we did a remote month. I like bought her flight back home.
Nice.
Like it's like there's like different things. But like generally speaking, on like on average, like if we're like when we live together for that month, we're eating out every day, we would just pay for whatever we each got, generally speaking, right?
That makes sense. And I'm not like judging like how you guys do it.
No,
like, that's
totally.
cool. But I'm just saying, with my relationship, I got you. Unless she wants to cook for me and she already bought the stuff because I can't get it then.
Yeah.
Then yeah, but like in my position, she's like kind of working part time. Already kind of got a thing going.
And it is totally, and that's why I said equitably too, because it is totally dependent on like what that situation is. Yeah, I was definitely paying more in the very beginning, and then she ended up making way. It's gone like this.
Yeah.
Like she's ended up making way more than when I started the show.
Yeah.
Like when I started the show, that's when her career started like heating up. But when we started the show, we were losing money, you know? So my general philosophy is like split equitably. That's really what it is.
Okay. I like that.
But in this case, well, yeah. In this case, it's like, I feel like splitting equitably is a qualifier because like when I would always be like after the first date, which I would always pay for, on the second one, I'm like, oh, would you mind? Like we just like split the bill, like buy our things, because I wanted to see if like she was more like kind of like was chill about it and was there for me more so than like, you know, other things. And it's like, you know, I just didn't want it to go down this path of like, we just go on these expensive dates and it just kind of like becomes that. And it just aligned with my personal, you know, again, if she wanted something that's different, that is perfectly fine, but we would not be a match at that point.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? So it kind of like helped determine if we are aligned in our philosophy of like relationship, but I digress.
I have let a girls pay for me a few times. Like, whenever I watched that one girl's Goats. And here in LA, remember when we were at Tiffany's thing and that one girl left her card?
Well, that was like you did a favor and then she's like, let me get you. That's almost like it didn't start on a pure date vibe. It wasn't like you were like, yo, what's up, shorty? Let's da-da-da. She's like, no.
After that, she was like, no.
I got it. But let's address the elephant not in the room real quick.
What's that?
Our boy Sam.
Oh. He's not there.
So, guys, he went to, was it last night?
Yeah, it was last night.
Yeah, so last night he went to, I'll have him retell the story from his own POV, but basically last night Sam went to a screening for Andrew Callahan, Channel 5, which like both huge. I didn't even know that there was a screening last night, but he went and they had this like, they were showing this movie. It was like super dope. And they had this like guy who I guess is a character like on the channel and in the movie, something like that. And he was like, all right, guys, we're going to have an intermission on the movie. He's going to perform a freestyle. And so Sam was so excited. He stands on the seat as Sam does. And then as happens when Sam does these things, a security comes out and they're like, hey, sit down. Like, we can't be having you do that. Gets to sit down, rolls his ankle. I think he said the worst he's ever done it before.
Yeah.
And currently he went to the hospital just to like get it checked, x-rayed. We talked to him on the phone for a long time this morning. He's good. Overall, he'll be fine. He's trying to get a boot and some x-rays and some crutches, you know, just to like.
Basically, he rolled his ankle from hopping down from a chair. That's the thing. That happened.
Yeah.
And he has a date tonight with a nurse.
Yes.
He's gonna get some treatment.
So he's gonna get healed. He's gonna get healed.
Real good.
His special unit will be taken care of.
Yes.
Yes. It's gonna be fantastic. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's probably the best thing to go on a first date with a nurse is with a boot on.
Honestly, yeah, dude, just get injured. Guys, pray for our boy. Pray for Sam. Send some like funny messages in the Discord to make him feel better.
I think he's back.
He's back?
I just heard Sophia walk by.
Oh.
He might hop on. He might hop on. Literally hop on. Because he can't walk on. Oh no. I'm so evil. Dude, let's pogo stick onto this.
Yeah, let's poke a stick onto
also,
the next story.
Since Sam's 27, he's old now. John just had his birthday yesterday. Let's get some happy BBBs in the chat. But ever since this happened, Sam's been on the decline.
Dude.
28's the new 23.
Yeah. See, here's what it is. Anyone in 27 is old. As soon as you get to 28, youth. Dude, look at me. Look. My ankles are good. That's all I'm saying. Dude, that's all I'm saying, dude.
You do not care to put your feet on camera.
That's all
Any
I'm
chance
saying.
he gets, he
I got
puts
the
them
socks
on.
on. Bro, I got the socks. I gave no free feet. I gave no free feet. They're totally covered. Anyways. But guys, by the way, we're live right now. So if you're watching this and you're not on the live, have our profile.
What are you doing?
Hater. Okay, yes. Will Daddy Sam join today? He might. We'll see. But we need him to rest up. That's what we need. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this next story. Am I the a-hole for expecting my boyfriend to pay rent if he moves in with me? Should he pay rent?
I'm down.
Because he's a man. You sexist piece of crap. This is the answer to the question. Should couples split bills evenly? And guys, join us every weekday at 3 p.m. We're live on YouTube. Freaking go there. What are you doing? Housing Issues says, this is a doozy. I've been dating Josh for a year. And it's casual. No, I'm just kidding. I should say now that I, 24 female, don't ever want to be legally married, and Josh, 30 male, is divorced and doesn't want to remarry. We also live in a place where there is no common law marriage. So basically, they both will never enter a marriage type status legally. Common law marriage is so you can have the benefits of marriage without legally getting married.
So divorce.
They're not married. Okay. If you're a couple, like me and Naima, if we got a common law marriage, we wouldn't have to be legally married by the state, but we would be able to receive benefits like putting each other on our wills and things like that as hospital contacts without getting a full marriage by the state.
Huh. Okay.
So still, we want to take things a bit further, and we're talking about Josh and his 2 daughters moving in with me. I own a 3-bed, 2-bath house in a nice area. Josh wants to rent a 2-bed, 1-bath apartment, and his lease is coming up. My mortgage is $1,000 a month, and Josh's rent is $1.4K a month. Dude, OP is up. 3-bed, 2-bath, $1,000 a month. Let's go. In a nice area. It was important to me that we would have everything figured out before making the change, so that way there would be no surprises or disagreements and about who pays it. I figured it would be unreasonable for Josh to expect to just live with me for free, especially since I'd be giving up one of my rooms to his daughters so they could have a room. So I suggested that Josh pays $700 a month to me in rent, half of what he is currently paying.
That's great. And he has a kid? That's awesome. 2 kids?
Yeah.
Wow. That's so nice.
Right? Literally, his rent gets cut in half.
Yeah. He's bringing 3 people into the equation and only paying half. Because I think if they're his kids, he should pay, if it's $1K, yeah, $700 makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Seems like a great compromise. I would cover the cost of any home repairs, internet garbage, etc., etc.
Boom.
Then we would split utilities.
Done.
Like water, electricity. Even though there's the 3 of them and 1 of me, I don't mind splitting, since that would be about what I'm currently paying, I predict. And since I meal prep once a week, I would just get my own groceries and he could get theirs. When I laid out everything, Josh was very unhappy.
What?
And since it's my house, he shouldn't have to pay rent, and that we should split groceries. I told him he was welcome to buy his own house, and I would move in with him and happily pay rent while renting out my own house. He was mad at me because he said he's not in a position where he can buy a house. We haven't come to an agreement, so I suggested he find another apartment. The owners aren't letting him renew, and we could revisit the topic in a year. He's not happy with that either, because rent prices have skyrocketed, and now 2 bedrooms now go for $1.8K a month. And he thinks he won't be able to find a place that he can afford. I'm a bit frustrated because I feel like $700 a month is a really good deal compared to the likely $1,800 he will have to pay. Since we aren't going to get married or anything, I don't understand why he thinks I would be okay with him living for free with his 2 kids. I'm happy to have romance and companionship, but shared assets and finances are not something I want in my life. I don't want to support a man. Am I the a-hole for expecting my boyfriend to pay rent? We have relevant comments and an edit.
Okay.
But let's take a pause right
Let's
here.
get the whiteboard. So mortgage is
$1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month. So she said she's also doing $1,000 mortgage. She's paying for utilities, internet, anything on the house. Let's make the utilities, garbage, and everything. What would be like $250 for the house? Maybe $300?
Yeah, I'll say $300 to be safe.
$300. Okay,
Right.
okay. So she's paying $600. She's probably they're probably on that house spending $1,400 a month, if that makes sense, with the house, garbage, and utilities.
I put, $1,500 because
Yeah.
they had like internet and stuff.
Okay, $1,500.
Yep.
So he's getting a steal out of this, paying $700 rather than $750.
Exactly. So it's like $1,500 total for everything, and then he's paying
$700.
which means
She pays $800.
pays $800. So she pays $800. By our calculations, this is OP and the boyfriend. OP is still paying more.
Yes.
In this, now these aren't exact numbers here, so maybe they're
Rough
paying
estimate.
like almost exactly that. Actually, I think OP basically said by doing the split that she did, we would roughly be paying the same. Like this breakdown here that OP created was to do that.
Yeah.
right?
And if he's upset about the mortgage, say pay $500, but then split the other utilities.
Dude, to me, I think most of these situations, like, should couples split the bill? It's usually actually a nuance thing, right? Like, because it's usually like, oh, split it equitably, which is literally different from scenario to scenario.
Yeah.
They would both roughly pay the same. Did we get...
And it's been a year. They've only been together a year.
They've only been getting together a year.
And she's letting 3 new people into her home.
She's letting 3 new people into her home. She's made it clear that like they both don't want to remarry, and one of the things specifically she doesn't want is the split of like assets and stuff. She's like, look, I want romance, I want a companionship, I want a life partner, but me personally, I don't want to like have my assets split. The things we do together, we can figure out a good, which I like totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So yeah, this is crazy. Like this is a fantastic deal. Like I think OP did a like no notes, phenomenal job on like breaking it down and figuring out how do we all win.
Yeah, I take this deal, bro.
Yeah, OP is probably cutting what she pays in half. Both of them are taking their expenses and cutting them in half.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because it's 2 income earners coming together. This should be a celebration.
Is there an update?
Yeah, there is. Let's get into it. So, boo-boo-boo-boo-boo. First, we have some relevant comments.
Okay.
Crayon II says, my wife and I had that kind of income disparity when we were dating, and guess what? We worked it out, so I was still paying for bills and my child support because my kid isn't her responsibility. Literally. $700 was such a good deal. This guy is an idiot. Yeah, it's like if you're bringing a child into the situation, look, if 2 people come together and she's like, I want to adopt, I want to fully be the parent, and I want to accept the responsibility, great. If 2 people come to an agreement on anything and they're aligned and it's great, gravy. But you should, by default, go into the relationship being like, I should 100% take care of my kid. Actually,
yes.
that's actually a great episode question in its own. Maybe some single moms are probably like, I want to, you know, or just single parents in general, I should say, not to single out moms. Yeah. Just single people that have kids. Maybe they
single parents.
A lot of people do. But on to the next relevant comment. He probably could have countered at $500 a month, half her mortgage, and gotten an even better deal. She probably would have also agreed to let him skip months if something were to come up that he needed to spend more on his girls if he had compromised with her, and willing to try to offset additional expenses of them living there. Again, literally OP, any amount that he's paying, OP is like quote unquote winning because she's like paying less than she did before. So like OP always comes up, it has consistently given a solution to every problem.
Yeah.
So if he's like, hey, here's the situation, here's the specifics, I need to do this for girls, go to the hospital. She broke her arm. I need to pay these medical bills. I bet she'd be like, hey, let's come up with a solution. She'd probably give him a solution and it would be great. Come on. Feminist man lover says, I had a guy do this to me. He stopped going to his job. He had veterans benefits for his mental health and a hip injury while he enlisted. He won't even go to his appointments so he could get the money. I kicked him out after about 6 weeks of no work and no money. It was really sad. I'm still so confused by that type of behavior. He could have taken that time off work with pay because he had legit issues, but he couldn't seem to make it happen. So instead he got fired and has no money. He ended up living in a friend's garage. Literally, again, you have the options, but you don't take them. Maybe we could put up a quick poll. This topic seems to kind of keep coming up. Something like, should single parents expect their partner to pay for the stepkids? And like, not even stepkids as in they're married, but like kind of maybe in that, like the initial part of the relationship. That is the question. That is the question that I want to see answered.
You want to give us an update?
Guys, we have someone literally hopping onto the stream.
Oh boy.
None other than the one and only, our favorite golden boy.
We're almost done. Well,
Samuel Donner. Oh yeah, that's true. We're going to finish out the story real quick and then we can get your update. But basically TLDR, OP owns a house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, has a boyfriend with 2 daughters, came up with this like rent split where basically both of them are a half of what they used to living together. It's a great scenario. The boyfriend moving in is like, no, you already own the house. Like I want you to like cover all of the household expenses like as you have been.
Show them the numbers.
With us moving in.
That's crazy.
This is the numbers.
It's
oh wow, you got numbers.
This is we estimated these two about 1,000 for rent, mortgage, 300 for utilities, 200 for basically total. So the boyfriend would pay 100, OP would then. So it's
so OP's having to pay more.
Possibly we estimated these two. I should have put it.
Yeah, she would have been paying. She's probably paying $1,500 a month already.
She said roughly it would kind of come out to an equivalent amount for both of them with all expenses considered. So she was like, "Oh, this is great because we're reducing both of our monthly expenses and we're roughly paying the same thing."
Yeah,
it's like a win-win-win all around.
Like no. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you're already paying for
your house.
Yeah. And so it brought up the question too of like, if you're going into a relationship with kids, should you expect the other person to pay for the kids? in the relationship.
If you're going into another relation, oh,
right? Which I think we should do a whole episode dedicated to those stories, especially in the beginning.
So this is a confounding factor, but I could see where it's like, oh, I'm paying off your mortgage. I want equity in the house.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. Because like, if you're taking care of someone else's kids, you're kind of getting emotional equity in that child.
Emotional equity is amazing. Dude, emotional equity is fire. That is hilarious.
So like, I think like you're like getting something from it. I mean, I guess you're getting to live out of the place, but
his living expenses are cut in half.
I don't think anyone should expect a partner to pay for your kids unless, wait, are they married?
So that's the other thing, is they both are very explicitly not wanting to marry / remarry.
I think if they're not getting married, there should be no expectation of the kid thing. And also, I think in this situation, based on everything I've heard, it makes a lot of sense to pay rent.
It's super fair. It's super fair.
Unless they were maybe married, then it would be different.
Yeah. But there's an edit and an update. So I showed Josh this post and he thinks you are all wrong. So here's some input from him. Leslie OP makes $120,000 a year and I make $30,000 a year. I'm living paycheck to paycheck, supporting 2 kids with no help from my ex-wife. It's gotten so expensive here that at this rate, I'm not even going to be able to feed my kids soon without going to the food bank. No matter what, they're going to get fed, but it's not fair that she owns a house but can go on vacations or spend $400 a month getting her hair done when I can't even buy my kids name brand cereal. She shouldn't charge me to live with her because she should understand that I want to be able to spend whatever I can giving my kids the childhood that they deserve, not for me, but for them.
That's the other side.
That's the other side. So basically, boyfriend's side of the story, and that's his take, which, to be honest, does kind of, I don't know, like it does. I think we were assuming
He's expecting a lot from her, though.
Here, you know what? Here's the issue.
Well, he's kind of expecting her like to put his kids above potentially her own needs, right?
Yes. And another thing that OP mentioned was she was explicit that in the exact kind of like breakdown and expectations of the relationship, she did not want to split like financial assets and like liabilities, essentially.
She didn't want to split financial
as
assets
part of that was like one of the reasons why she didn't want to be married and why and just like in general in her like
then take on those responsibilities yourself then.
Yeah, like he is getting deeper in a relationship with a partner who does not align. So why is he like, oh hey, let's keep this relationship going when there's a clear misalignment? Like either somebody,
and if you're not financially on the same page, if you're not thinking about like child care in the same way, you know, someone can pay for the kids or someone can't, but I don't think the you can't put that expectation on someone else necessarily.
Yeah.
And I think they're just setting themselves up for a lot of distress in the future.
I mean, it is tough too, because on the flip hand, like this is your significant other's children.
It is I mean, how long have they been dating?
1 year.
Oh, come on.
But they're talking about moving in together too. So it's like,
wait, you're saying after 1 year of dating someone, there's an expectation to pay for their children?
I'm not saying that, but Riley, you're making $120,000 a year. Your partner is making $30,000 a year. You want to move in together. Are you like, no, I am not going to.
Wait, who's making $120K?
OP. The boyfriend's making $30,000 a year with 2 kids.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused. First off, what kind of guy is not saying the pay disparity is anything out of the way, but like, where do they meet? How does this happen? That's my first question. And then, dude, I probably would help out if it's the love of my life and she has $30K. I would help out with the kids, but I will still want some equity in the house.
And the kids.
Yeah. and the kids. I would be giving emotional, dad-like equity.
Yeah.
Well, you're already if you're in OP's position, you either already own the house or are getting the equity.
Yeah, yeah. Also, what kind of person is this? Because he's very entitled, and I don't know. Like, if my partner is not a hard worker in the situation, I don't want it.
Yeah, it seems like the boyfriend is kind of coasting. Oh wait, to be clear, OP is the girlfriend. The boyfriend is with the kids.
Yes.
And OP owns the house.
Yes.
Okay. And it's making $120K.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, after a year, like expecting payment I think it's completely normal to ask for rent for someone living in your house.
Right. That is what one does.
I think it's unacceptable, but okay.
Like, where would he be without OP? He would basically be in his current situation, I guess.
Yeah, where he's paying what, like more rent than he would be paying with her. Like if anything, she is helping him by giving him this deal.
Oh, Sam, he was paying $1,400 a month in rent.
He was paying $1,400. He's saving $600.
Yes.
Yes.
She is literally taking him off the street. He should be praying between her legs and just praying to his God, which is her.
Dude, his rent was like, he was paying $1,400, making $2,500 a month.
That's crazy. Damn, that's a shoestring budget.
With 2 kids. So he had $1,100 to like feed, house, or like feed everything else other than housing him and 2 children.
But also like in I don't, probably maybe uninsured or something, because there's no way you're paying. Well, maybe with like
it's a cheap area.
Yeah, you can maybe do a cheap area. And you know what? As John has taught me the ways of getting cheap meals, you can do a lot with some lentils and some tomato soup.
It's true, dude.
You can do a lot.
At one point, at my peak, $80 a month, $88 a month, guys. That's all it took
to feed you.
That's all it took. $88 a month. There was one month where I spent $88 on all my food for the entire month.
That's a bar, dude. That's a bar.
I will never do that again.
That's a bar.
I started getting malnutrition.
Let's go back to the struggle days, dude.
Yes, all right. But let's go back to the story, too. This is the struggle days right here in this story. So just 2 hours later, update, thank you, Reddit, owe you one, and I'm glad I posted here. After a very loud, angry argument with Josh, I broke up with him. Despite pretty much everyone telling him he was in the wrong, Josh insisted that I should basically support the 3 of them because it's what would be best for his kids. He doesn't seem to understand that they aren't my kids, and no one is going to want to bankroll the 3 of them, at least no one with a brain. The point is, I'm young, good looking, and I own a house. OP is 24 female.
That's crazy. Owning a house at 24
and $120K a year.
Yeah, and if it's in a cheap area, that goes far.
I hope he's a catch. I can do better than a broke single dad who has no education and a crappy job who thinks it's okay to mooch off me and scream in my face when I tell him no. Hope your next girlfriend is stupid enough to put up with you, Josh. No wonder your ex-wife left.
Ooh. Twisting the knife.
Yeah. I mean,
it wasn't to his face, or I guess maybe he's reading this Reddit post.
Yeah. That was maybe a little too hard.
Maybe it's the mirror check he needs to change his ways.
Maybe
this is a pattern.
He just needs to know. I mean, like, he can go get a sugar mom. Like, he just needs to find a sugar mom.
Can he go get a sugar mom? Does he got it like that? Does he got that badunk? Is his
I mean, he was able to lock down. He's 30 male. She's 24. He was able to lock her down with 2 kids and making $30K a year.
That is true.
Bro's probably got some game.
Yeah, he's probably piping.
So hit up those sugar mamas and dude,
that's true.
Hit up the sugar mamas. He is in a relationship with the wrong person who communicated with him what she wanted, and he demanded the opposite.
There's nothing a few solid feet picks can't solve.
Exactly.
There's only like one man in my mind that I could see pulling this off.
Who?
And it's Sam's dad at 30.
Dude, my dad at 30 was fucking goated.
Unbeatable. And that's it for the story.
Wow.
It's done. It's over.
Yeah, dude, I think she made the right decision. Just that deadbeat. I don't care how good his dick game is. He's not bringing much. He's really only bringing burdens.
Yes, he's bringing burdens only.
He's bringing burdens only. So yeah, drop him like a hot potato.
The game is a burden.
The game is a burden sometimes.
That seems to be the only thing that maybe wasn't. Maybe wasn't. But Sam, how you doing, man?
Dude, not great. Not great. I went to, you know Andrew Callahan?
Oh, yeah.
Channel 5. Went to a screening of his new movie, which was great. So interesting. Many ideas for us I would like to share. But he met this guy, like in the movie, he met this guy that was like freestyle rapping at this skate park that goes by Uncle Pill. And then it was like 30 minutes into the movie, they cut, and guess what? This is VO. Uncle Pill is in the building, and everyone's like, Uncle Pill. And it was someone who was introduced maybe like 5 minutes before. And so Uncle Pill comes on and does like a rap, like one of his songs. And obviously I wanted to see. So I got up on my chair and it was like, Uncle Pill. And I was quickly pushed off by a security guard as I was falling to the floor. I rolled my ankle. The worst I've ever rolled it, honestly. The worst I've ever rolled it. It was pretty bad.
Can we sue?
I don't think we can sue. It was more he was waving me off. He didn't put hands on me.
Okay,
I was just being an
you could argue that
obedient little bull.
he's one with the force.
Yeah. But dude, it's fat. My ankle fat, dude.
What'd the doc say?
Doc said
Yeah.
6-week recovery, but I can walk in maybe 2 weeks.
You walked in here.
Well, I hobbled.
Oh.
But I have a date tonight with a nurse, so maybe she can give me a second opinion.
Dude, you're gonna be. She'll give you second something.
Sloppy seconds? Are you guys going in there?
I mean, she is a nurse.
Dude, you know, be a twist is if she like feet.
If she like feet, dude, she's gonna be really upset with my feet. It looks like someone stapled a softball to my ankle. It's gross.
I mean, dude, she's a nurse. Maybe she's into that.
Maybe I'm the broken bird that she can fix.
And dude, how many dudes have a softball just growing out of their ankle?
Not many. But most are hardball. But some people like it soft, I guess.
Come on.
I also have 2 other dates scheduled for this week and another 2 other ones in the coffers.
Dude, you're on a tear.
I've never gone on dating apps before. It's crazy.
Wait. Like never?
Like really? What I used to do is I used to just message people weird messages and then post conversations on Reddit.
Oh.
Right. I would tell people weird stories about myself.
And just post the responses.
Yeah, so I never actually and that was in college. So I never actually have taken dating apps even a little bit seriously.
I never knew you never really used them.
I've never, not with any intention. Also, I think the landscape has changed, or maybe because I'm now it's my range is between 24 and 28.
Yeah.
So I think those people are looking for maybe something more serious, and so are down to meet up very quickly. Because I send 2 messages on Hinge and then 2 messages on iMessage, and then it's
it's happening.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Although none of them have actually happened, so maybe everyone will flake on me.
We'll see.
But the first one is 8 p.m. tonight.
Heck yeah.
There we go.
I'm gonna
Congrats.
hobble on in.
More content for us.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
My girlfriend recently quit her job to travel the world. Now she wants to break up. How do I get her back?
She's gone.
Yeah, you don't. That is the answer. But we're trying to answer the question today. Should all breakups be prefaced with an explanation? And this comes from If I Could Go Backwards and If I Could Rewind, maybe foreshadowing, who says, for reference, I will call myself Michael and her Lisa. But for more info, we have a truly wonderful relationship. We met 2 years before dating, and at that time, I was dating someone else. Lisa was one of my flatmates at university. I'm in the UK, and we bonded very quickly. So we were friends for a while, and my girlfriend at the time broke up with me, and I had a brief fling with Lisa. No spicy sleep, but kissing, etc. Mm-hmm.
Sounds suspicious.
Sounds suspicious. This is allegedly after the breakup. Allegedly. We were very close as friends, and this felt very natural. However, I moved out a week after and moved to the other side of the country. At the time, I was in a very bad place for a variety of reasons, and we slowed down talking as much. Then, a year later, she randomly reached out again, and we started talking. And we just reconnected completely. I was just graduating university, and she was about to enter her final year after taking a gap year for work experience. She came to visit me at university, and at this time, I fully expected it to just be a friendly visit. Oh, but it quickly became more.
How much more?
Soon after, she was back home, and we were chatting every day for literally up to 12 hours on FaceTime. 12 hours?
A lot of hours.
That's more than we stream. That's crazy. We stream a lot.
Everything is relative to how much we stream.
Yes.
Yeah. All of our timing is just in terms of stream. It's that's one stream. How Americans use long fields. We use our streams to tell time.
That's amazing. That is how we tell time, actually.
Yeah.
How long is a movie? 0.2 streams.
That's half a stream. Dune, that's half a stream.
Yeah, Dune has half a stream.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an average stream, possibly. Opie says, we did it so often.
Oh.
How often, Opie? I fell completely in love with her, and soon after, we became official. We lived together for the last 4 years, having moved in together about 6 months before COVID. What an amazing time. We adored lockdown.
God.
Oh, the best time ever. Yeah.
No, you don't understand. You weren't doing lockdown like we were.
Yeah, right. I mean, I have to imagine UK. Maybe they were in the countryside. We'll see. I think we're about to get some context.
Yeah.
So much time to just develop our relationship and love each other.
This is a singular experience, I think.
You think it's a one-to-one way?
Well, no. I don't think it's.
He's like, oh, this is great, and she's like, it's cool. I'm just like here with you.
That isn't what I meant, but maybe I meant like I don't think anyone else was having the same experience
Right.
with COVID that they were.
Yes, yeah. No one else had this experience. My God. We have had such a wonderful relationship, always able to communicate with each other about our feelings, understand each other, and always insistent on not allowing ourselves to become too codependent. You know what I feel like this is, Sophia? Have you ever watched Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay? The rule is he often asks, what would you rate your food out of 10? The higher they rate their food, the worse it actually is.
So true.
So him being like, oh, it was so amazing. We're communicating everything. The fact that he's just like gushing about how amazing the relationship is means it is going to be the worst relationship.
Yeah. I think going back to what you thought I was saying about this being one-sided, I think that might be the case.
Yeah,
I think I was right through you.
Through me, all things were right in the world. But OP says, we lived our own separate lives and we liked that. When together in our flat, we lived in our own wonderful bubble full of inside jokes and words we ascribed our own meanings to. We always likened the strength of our relationship to the fact that we were friends first. No jealousy ever, rarely ever arguments. This is, again, with every line, the fall is just going to be worse and worse. I know it already.
It's going downhill so quickly, or it will at least.
And when there were arguments, we always managed to handle it well. We've talked extensively about our future. We've said that we want to be married to each other. I have jokingly proposed to her dozens of times, always mortifying her. Oh God.
Oh.
And have picked out names for our future kids.
Oh.
We're not ready for any of that yet as we are building our careers, but it always felt like this was it. She has had a job for the past 4 years that she ended up hating. She quit earlier this year and has been saving up to go traveling. Get ready. She did the Philippines and is now in Australia. She's been there for 2 months. Alone? When she first went, I told her that she needs to fully embrace it and not worry about me. The argument was simple, really. Our
arrangement.
Our tenancy in our flat ended the same time she planned to travel. So I moved in with a friend and she was away for 3 months.
God.
Another story where the significant other is away for months on end.
Months on end. It's not going well.
Well, to OP's credit, it seems that he is like...
Sounds super supportive.
Sounds very, like, honestly, other than just being a possibly woefully naive idiot.
Yeah. He's like, everything was going great. So I said... Go enjoy yourself for 3 months.
Be free, my
free.
bird. Oh, she's dead.
Oh my God, she died.
The relationship. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. You know me in analogies.
You know me in a metaphor.
Me in analogies. We got a little thing going on over there. You know what I mean? But our goal, which we discussed a lot, was that when she returns, she'd find a new job, we would find a place, and resume our life together. Slowly, we started talking less and less. Guys, we were climbing up the roller coaster. We just got here, and now it's like we're peeking over the edge to just That's what is about to happen. We started talking less and less, and whilst at first I was happy, there were little things that were ringing alarm bells. Such little things, but when you know someone well, and when you know your relationship well, these small things, they stand out.
I'm so in tune.
I'm so in
with
tune.
Everything.
I can feel her heartbeat. I can feel her neurons synapsing. She would not reply for days at a time, but still post on her IG story. Classic. She'd post things like, feeding a wallaby, but not share that with me. Important. I love animals, and she knows how childlike I get around them. And she always said she feels sad seeing animals without me because she can't see my reactions to them. But now, she's not sharing them with me. She's hoarding the animals to herself like an animal.
Okay.
You know what she's like? I'm not codependent.
Oh my God, yeah, they were like, let's not be codependent. And she's like, bet.
And maybe it was a situation of she's like, yeah, I just have like no attachment to you, so I'm not codependent and I just do my thing, but we just happen to like live together and we just live together.
It would be so sad because I think they started their relationship 6 months before COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would be incredibly sad if he was like, this 6 month is going great. Let's move in. And she's like, okay, yeah, like we can figure out this relationship. And then they get into COVID, are not allowed to leave. And she's just growing like resentful of the relationship, but can't leave. And he's like, it's going great. She's staying with me. And she's like, I'm only here because I don't have anywhere else to go.
I feel like it's like that.
Yeah.
Or it's not this, but I was gonna say, what if she just like use it like a roommate plus?
Oh, like a COVID with benefits.
Yes.
Quarantine with benefits.
And now that the world is open and she can travel, and she's also she's been shackled to both their apartment and her job.
No.
Now she's about to be free of
she's
both.
Quitting both.
Right?
Woo. Yeah.
So I brought this up 1 month into her traveling, firstly framed in a I miss you kind of way. And it landed well. And she said she'd try to talk to me a bit more. But she just withdrew even more. I brought it up again 2 weeks later. This time with a bit more of a maybe we can try to talk a bit more. I also mentioned at this stage that I regret telling her before she traveled that I would be fine with not talking much. Oh, OP did say that. I forgot about that.
Oh, wait, why did he do that?
OP's like, don't worry, just do your thing.
Oh, I feel like when you're in a relationship, if you say, hey, to your partner, you can go on this trip, I feel like to maintain that relationship, you need to talk.
Yeah. It's kind of like hey, don't feel like you have to be like chained to your phone. Like go out and enjoy your life, and we'll just find times that work for both of us, and we'll make this. I want to make a collective effort to communicate and stay in touch with you while also giving you your like space over here to go and explore and have fun.
Yeah.
Like it has to be kind of like a thing like that, right?
How old are they as well?
31 and 26.
Okay.
Now.
And she's 26?
She's like probably 25, 26 at this point in the story.
Okay, yeah. That 4 years is not long enough for her to go on a 3-month trip and like and want to continue the relationship without any contact,
Do I smell a Sophia's golden rule bubbling up? Give us a rule. Give us the rule.
I don't know. I don't have it like it's not officialized.
No, we're making it official now. How about 1 month for every 2 years? It's like a work sabbatical. Yeah. Like you unlock X sabbatical.
Yeah, and when you get to 10 years, you're tenured, and so you can just. I don't know, you get 3 months. You unlock 3 months.
Okay, 10 years is 3 months.
Yeah. That's 3 months without contact.
3 months without contact? Jesus.
Or maybe just limited contact.
I like how we went from like, just traveling around to like, all right, no to limited contact.
No. But they know. You've told them that you're leaving.
But you can't talk to them? Anyways, we're gonna put that officially in the book and not let Sophia change it at all. And it's gonna reflect on her for eternity. Okay, let's go. So she understood and promised we'd talk more, but we talked less. Okay, a few days ago, I bring it up again, and this time it was different. Each time she always insisted that she was in a bubble and that she needed to focus 100% on traveling. 100%. I asked her if she could just give me 5 minutes every few days just to say hello, just to say hi. But she said she wasn't sure she could even do that.
Oh my God. Okay. I was traveling for 3 months, and I actually there were like every morning I would like wake up and I would go on a walk and I would call my mom and my dad and like all of my friends. I feel like there's a lot of time where you're just walking alone.
Yeah.
You know, I was traveling with people. I can't imagine how much time you like if you're traveling solo. There, where you would just be like exploring a city alone.
Especially if you're just traveling. Like my girlfriend is in New York right now, and it has been hard because like she like graduated, is doing team week with her company. So like, but we're in like constant contact with each other, at least via text.
Yeah. No.
You know
I was
what I mean?
talking to like my 4 of my friends. Well, 2 of my friends consistently, almost like every other day. For 30 minutes to an hour. Or if they would call me and I couldn't pick up, I'd be like, hey, sorry, I can't talk right now. And I was still communicating with them. And those were these are my friends. This is a 4-year relationship.
Like, I feel like they're not even texting each other.
Those are my friends of 2 years who are my like best friends, but 2 years versus a 4-year relationship.
This really upset me because we are, Sophia, we are 6 years in at this point.
Oh,
6 years.
Not 10.
Not 10. I haven't earned it. And we have always had a strong relationship. That I was surprised at how unwilling she was.
I don't believe him anymore.
Yeah, this is crazy. I said we needed to talk about this properly over the phone, and she suggested the following night. Her time is OZ.
Well, I think she was in Australia and the Philippines, so.
Right. Different time zone, which would make it around 8 to 10 a.m. my time.
Oh, that is true. If she's in Australia, and he's in.
The timing is hard.
The timing is really hard because I have a lot of family and it's very hard for me to like. You have to time it really well.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I was ready at that time, but she postponed it in an hour as she was going for a sunset walk and then going out for dinner with her friends. Then it was postponed further, but I could no longer make the call as I had a client meeting. I told her how upset I was that she prioritized a sunset walk over our relationship and that she already had 2 months of them.
That's so true.
Yeah,
that's so true.
Very true.
He was like, we need to have an important talk about a relationship. And she was like, for sure, once I hit the sunset walk.
Yeah, I got a date with my old pal, the sun.
Yeah, that sounds pretty romantic. Also, who's she going on that sunset walk
True,
with?
because she went on a sunset walk and then a dinner.
Because if it's a
with her
solo
friends.
sunset walk, then why can't she call? But if it's not a solo sunset walk.
Exactly. Honestly. I told her how upset I was that she prioritized a sunset walk over our relationship and that she had already 2 months of them and that I was only asking for one evening so we could talk about the future of our relationship. She agreed that we needed to talk about the future of our relationship, but she said she couldn't do that until she returned home in 5 weeks. Hey, just wait 5 weeks. Hold on. Wait for that.
Just wait.
Just wait.
Her mental health.
I need 5 weeks of mental health, okay? Okay, there we go. I said I couldn't wait that long and quickly called her. My client was late, luckily. Essentially, she said she's so confused right now because she's in a bubble of traveling. Oh, I'm in the bubble.
She's stuck.
I'm so confused. But she's just not sure that she wants this anymore. She floated the idea of wanting to move out to Australia.
I get that. I want to move to Australia.
She clearly doesn't see me in her future anymore. I am just so blindsided because we were so close and strong and happy before. And now she's traveling and it's totally changed everything. I asked her if she still loves me, and she wasn't sure she could answer that. She was very much down the middle about everything, clearly confused about the situation, but not wanting to cause too much of an interference to her bubble right now. My impression was that she wanted to just ignore this was happening until she came back.
It feels a bit like, for her specifically, because he's saying, oh, it was so amazing, it was so amazing. I feel like there was a bit of manufactured intimacy during their time in COVID, in quarantine. Like, when you're together that much, you feel, maybe she thought she was closer to him or she was more in love with him than she actually was. And then this time away, she's like, actually, I have different ideas for my life.
Yeah.
Which still for sure sucks for him.
Yeah.
But that, unfortunately, I feel like I don't think she's the a-hole for realizing this. It definitely sucks though. She should have, told him a little bit sooner.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good question. Was she the a-hole in this? Because if we recall, just shortly before, he was literally like, please go on this trip. Don't worry about, You know, he was like,
Yeah.
go, like have fun. And if it is indeed true that she had this realization on this trip,
On her own too. Like as long as she's not cheating.
yeah, I want to call her the a-hole, and I think she is the a-hole, but
Why, how so? Because I might agree with you, but I'm not sure.
yeah, yeah, right. It's like we feel we feel that she is the a-hole, but why? Because they did agree. Let's do a poll real quick.
Okay, well, I'm right now. I might agree with you. Is more what I meant.
Yes.
But right now, I am on the side of she's.
You know what?
Not the a-hole.
She didn't communicate.
That's fair. Fair.
Yeah, that was huge because like at least like she's literally like. She said, hey, let's do this at this time, and totally blew him off when she has been blowing him off. And I think she knows it.
Yeah, I
she
feel
knows
like
she's
she
blowing him
didn't want to have this conversation because she knew that it was over for her.
Yes, it's a breakup hard conversation, and she just doesn't want to have the uncomfortable conversation.
I agree.
And she's not doing him the courtesy.
Yes.
She's disrespecting his time. I mean, really, it's
you know what? I'm on your side. I think she would not have been the a-hole for having this realization and bringing it up to him, but I think I agree.
If she like communicated, but honestly, I feel like she probably knew this like way early in her trip.
Yeah.
She might have honestly
gone on the trip
because she knew.
In which case, I think she would be the a-hole for leading him on.
Yes. Opie says, so where do I go now? I'm so lost, so confused. So hurt. Brownie emoji. I want to be with her and spend my life with her, but she just might not want that now. And quick TLDR, girlfriend of 6 years is currently traveling and she has decided she's not sure she wants to stay together. This is very blindsided and I am confused AF. Relevant comments. What's name 123 says, I mean, you guys managed to put a wonderful gloss on how great extended solo travel was going to be for both of you, but that I'm afraid was never realistic. Ouch. If one person feels they need to disappear for a long period after 6 years, then the relationship just wasn't strong in her mind. I'm curious. I would love to see. Hey, Sam. What do you?
Sam, sit in this chair.
Gasp.
Are you gonna close the door? Are you gonna keep the door open?
I have to leave right now.
We're gonna give you. Okay, so this person said, if one person feels they need to disappear for a long period after 6 years in a relationship, then the relationship just wasn't that strong in her mind. For 3 months.
That's fine. 3 months in a 6-year relationship, easy, light work. I've also been in multiple long distance relationships, so it's like
there we go.
I feel like
when you put it in the context of a long distance remote relationship, it does actually.
But
I was long distance for like 2 years.
Okay,
come on.
But do you think to have? Oh no, the door's about to slam. Do you think to have a good long distance relationship, you need to communicate?
That is true. Yeah. You have to be overly communicative.
In this story, there was a lack of communication.
Was it 3 months no contact?
What about 5 minutes every 3 days?
Acceptable. Are they a war reporter? If they're a war reporter.
But what if she's focusing on traveling?
Let's get back into the comments. I couldn't imagine leaving my significant other behind. That she could make me think things weren't as rosy in her mind as they were in yours. High chance that she wanted some space from an intense relationship to think about if she was building a life she really wanted, and it seems like her answer is edging towards no. Oh my. Gooning towards the end of a relationship. Unfortunately, it looks like heartbreak. Even if she comes back now, I am not sure that her behavior is consistent with just getting back to normal. Opie says, there is certainly a possibility. She has always been passionate about traveling. More passionate than us. No, I'm just kidding. And did so before we met too. She lost two close grandparents 2 years ago and has been extraordinarily stressed about her crappy job she had.
I wonder if that was during COVID. That would be.
I think it. Yeah, I think there's some. There. Yeah.
I think that might also. I mean, even if it
might
wasn't.
have been 2022 actually.
Oh, okay. Well, even if it wasn't, I think losing two. If she was close to them, losing two family members might have also kind of stuck her in.
Yeah, because maybe she's like, I need emotional support right now, which is even more effed because she's like, I used you for your emotional support, and no, I'm good. Okay, I can't talk in five weeks. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
No, I think this is I think I'm on board with you.
Yeah, she very much owes she owed him communication.
She owed him a lot more, and I think this was just kind of cowardly of the way that she handled it.
Yes.
Based off of what we're reading.
Yes, I agree with the context we have, which is the only thing we have.
The only context we can work off of.
So, if things weren't as rosy, I trust she will tell me, and when she's home and out of her bubble. I don't know if you should have that trust, OP. I think that there's certainly credence to this for several reasons, too. The life she was living with me may be marred by her job, by the general depressing dullness of England, etc. And living such a different life whilst traveling in beautiful places might only reinforce that and make her associate it all with me. So basically, like, hey, the crappy life that I had, she's kind of like just like lumping in OP with that and like associating all of those bad feelings with OP in the relationship. We have an update, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, we're both in agreement, right, Sophia? This OP is the a-hole. Oh,
no, they live in England. I just didn't. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just thinking of time zones.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So England. Yeah. Actually, England and Australia is way better.
You
right?
can. Well, okay. It's different. There's still. I mean, it's still like off. But So
better,
if I wanted to call my grandparents or like my family in Australia here, I will call them at night.
Yes.
And if I were to do that in London, I would have to call them in the morning, like before 12.
Yes. It's not like 12 hours off like Australia. It's like maybe 6, 7, who knows?
It's just you have to call at different times.
Yeah,
so
different times.
You have to call in the morning.
Yes. Update. So it's been a grueling 2 weeks in which I took everyone's advice as well as my own judgment, and I didn't contact her at all. It was insanely difficult because I didn't really know anything about her perspective at all, and I felt like I was in limbo, which I totally see that.
Yeah.
That would be very weird. I didn't know where I stood. I didn't know where she stood. Every day was day one of grieving, and the longer time went, the more difficult it became. She had acted so coldly with me with regards to talking to me about what was happening, and as I said in my original post, she had prioritized her traveling over my well-being and or the well-being of our relationship. It was really hurting me because she knows me well, and I felt really confused and frankly traumatized that she was refusing to give me any answers. It was driving me insane. I wasn't eating or sleeping. I wasn't working. I'm self-employed and couldn't concentrate on anything. I cried a lot. After a certain point, I decided that I couldn't continue this any longer. I mean, OP needs closure. At least tell him the poor guy.
Golly.
Like, I just feel bad for OP.
Yeah.
I really do, because I think that like OP did nothing wrong but being like
OP's
naive.
He's just naive, and everyone's like, oh, he's like, everyone in the chat is saying he's naive, but you know what? Sometimes people are bad at reading things.
That's true, but like also like we've had a lot of people who are like, for instance, lots of people often are naive and like hurtful unintentionally. Yeah. But OP is like naive and like
best intentions.
Sweet. Best intentions.
No, that's what I mean. I feel bad for him. He's just
like, I don't know if
he's bad at reading things, and I feel bad.
Has he done anything wrong?
No.
I don't think so.
No, he's been so supportive. I feel so bad for him. The only thing he's done wrong is that he's not read into the relationship more than, I don't know.
Yeah.
What it was on the surface?
After a certain point, I decided I couldn't continue this any longer, and although I tried to respect her need for space, I needed to respect my own need for answers. I like that. Yeah. So I reached out to her again. 2 days ago, we had a long 2-hour video chat. She's currently in Vietnam. She sat in the hall of a hostel, and we talked openly, warmly, honestly, and in depth about both of our feelings. There were a lot of tears. It was a very emotionally draining conversation, but it gave me a lot of answers and resolved a lot of the turbulence that I had experienced. I had written her a letter on the morning of the scheduled call, and I read it out to her. I explained how she made me feel and how unempathetic I felt she was. She took this on board on a profound level, deeply apologized, and I could tell that she was truly hurt with herself that she behaved like that.
Tell me what you're thinking.
Yes, but I am like I feel like a little too late in many ways.
Too little, too late.
I feel like it was very Like honestly, in these stories, it's like what is in the realm of reasonable.
Yeah.
I think her being like, oh hey, like I missed a taxi or whatever or something like that. Like sometimes things happen, but like the way that she prioritized the sunset and then going out.
Well,
for
that's
dinner
the thing. I think that
was very
sunset
unreasonable.
talk that she missed was the final. We
Yeah.
need to talk about this relationship.
Yes.
At like his final, like,
Yeah, please.
you know,
and
let's do it. And I think this is post relationship talk back. You know,
yeah.
like this is like, okay, where did we go wrong? We're not going back to the relationship, but you know what
Yeah.
happened.
I just feel like, and comments, let me know how you feel because I'm very curious on your perspective. Or maybe we do another poll. Was OP's girlfriend let off too easy? OP's girlfriend let off too easy.
I think he's really nice. Is the problem?
Yeah, yeah. But anywho, so she acknowledged that she had buried her head in the sand from the feelings. It was truly powerful to hear her be so candid. This was the girl I had fallen in love with. She was usually so empathetic, smart, sensitive to her. So her behavior in the past few weeks being so opposite of that created such strange feelings in me. I mean, OP was like not eating or sleeping. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if she realizes that.
I don't think she knows what he was. I don't think she's asked what he was doing.
100%.
Like, or what he was feeling.
Yes. I was glad that we were talking back on that level we were usually so good at. But long story short, it is over. You see, I am her first boyfriend ever.
Ooh.
Sure, she has slept with her fair share of lads, but I'm her first relationship. We met when I was 22 and she was 18.
Wow.
I was really the only man in her life for a long time. They're now 31 and 26.
Okay. Just to clarify.
Yes.
So they met, but they were friends first.
Yeah, actually, so I might have been a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
I thought that their friendship started with them kind of like making out and then like, you know, being more long distance. Maybe they did have a decently flourishing friendship first. Then it became like, you know, they were just like making out and stuff. And then it was like long distance, didn't chat much. And then eventually became a relationship.
Yeah.
I
So
think.
maybe their relationship started like I don't know. Did they say?
It's
like
we met when I was 22 and she was 18, which.
No, but like they're like actual romantic. relationships.
They've been in a relationship romantic relationship for 6 years at this point, at 31 and 26.
Okay. So when she was 2 years after they met.
Yes, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you. Look at that. She mathing while producing.
Math?
I'm just sitting here. I just have my butt in the seat next to my pigeon friends.
Oh my God. Good Will Hunting? Who?
A movie I have seen.
You've seen it. That's a great movie.
That is phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
That's the one with Robin Williams and
Matt Damon and Ben
Damon,
Affleck. Yeah.
Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah.
Aha.
I love Rob. I have like a time in the year where I just rewatch all of the Robin Williams movies.
That's awesome.
I love him so much.
That is.
I think
that
he's
is
such a
great.
brilliant. He was such a brilliant actor.
Dude. R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to a beautiful man. But back to the story. So I was really the only man in her life for a long time. She's now traveling and just feels a deep sense within herself that she needs to explore herself and her life without a partner.
Yeah. Having the first boyfriend at 20
to 26
6 years.
Yeah.
That is a lot of time where normally people are figuring themselves out.
I think the Beyonce rule is good. Do you know the Beyonce rule?
No. You tell.
She was like, as a woman, I feel you need to at least experience life on your own, at least to like 25, 26 before you can start thinking about being married and then like, you know,
I've
joining a
talked
life
to
together.
my friends about this and like I was talking to someone about like what I want in a relationship and I feel like I do not consider like the people that I'm getting in a relationship with like as someone I want to be married with because I'm not even thinking about marriage right now.
Yes, I think that is.
Which is not to say
fair.
I like that is
Wouldn't
not out of the
eventually.
realm. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, not even to say that I wouldn't do it with like I wouldn't be married to them, but I'm not thinking about them as I get into the relationship. You know.
You're not thinking about them as a
life potential
partner.
life partner. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Which I think is like
which is different than maybe someone who's like 28.
Yes.
In getting a relationship because that might be on their mind more.
100%. Which I feel like when you're like really young in your early 20s, just exploring and like meeting people and like dating and just like every aspect of life that you can experience, just to have the full variety of human life and experience on your own as an independent human before then bringing your life together with someone else is a great thing.
On average, people are living so much longer now. You've got time.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of that. I think that it's good. 25 or 26 before you even like, I mean, anyone can do what they want. But
Yeah.
I like the Beyonce rule. Anyways.
I like it too.
So she needs to be alone to do this. I completely understand this. It's not what I wanted to hear, but it's something I obviously understand and won't at all stand in the way of. Too nice. She's planning to move to Australia for a while.
So understanding.
Dude,
Stop.
Painful. She's planning to move to Australia for a while and continue her soul search. Right now, she just doesn't see a place for me and what she needs from her life. It's heartbreaking. I'm heartbroken. I love her deeply. She still loves me, but sometimes that just isn't enough. And that's all there really is to it. A lot of you suggested, sometimes with quite cruel snarkiness, that she was cheating. She wasn't. How do we know that? I'm sure some of you will still believe that, but that's fine. Maybe you just haven't been in a real adult relationship where there's honesty and transparency. Damn, Opie, taking out hurt people over here. This is not about another man. This is not about her. This is just about her recalibrating what she wants from her future. Now, I need to figure out how to recalibrate my own future. We had talked extensively about marriage. I was ready to spend my life with her. We already had named our future kids. Everything about that future that we had envisioned is now gone.
Yeah.
It is really difficult right now to imagine being with anyone else because the depth of our relationship was so strong. Every night, I am awoken by the isms of our relationship, the small quirks, the inside jokes, the made-up language that we use, the tone of voice that we would speak to each other in, the food we eat together, the things we do together, the songs we sing together, our touch, the warmth of her body against mine, the smell of her perfume, the way she'd say my name in a cute way when I'd done something cheeky.
He's in his feels.
Oh, bro, is it his feels. Oh my good golly goobers. So many things that are littering my mind right now. Littering my mind. That is a great, descriptive way to say it. I am struggling to see through it right now. Struggling! I have no idea how I will make it through. If anyone can share any advice that can help me, please do. I know the obvious stuff. Gym, focus on yourself, rebuild your life, but they are all intangible to me. How do I repair my soul? How do I move on from someone I am actively still in love with? She returns to the United Kingdom at the start of July, and I will be spending a few days with her. A goodbye, if you will. Wow, really? God, that seems so painful. It will be hard, and every fiber of my being wants to beg her to find a way to include me in her future, or find ways to entertain the notion that in the future we will find our way back to each other in some grandiose, fatalistic stroke. I had truly defined her as fatalistic stroke. I had truly defined her as my soulmate and my best friend, and she had done the same for me. Right now, whilst she's traveling, she's not able to sit in any of those feelings, but I know they'll come to her too once she returns to her parents and lives there for 6 months as she saves for her future traveling. I don't know what the future looks like now. If anyone has any advice, please do. Oh! The pain. The pain!
The pain!
Oh, the suffering. Yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah, let's talk.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that she deserved, and when I say deserved, not in a sadistic way, but just in a fairness way, that OP could communicate and share the experience that he went through, particularly during those 2 weeks.
I think he was really forgiving. And
I think that having some sort of post-relationship consoling for that time period specifically, because all I heard in the whole story was him feeling for her when he deserves some sort of feeling and consolation towards himself, which maybe he got and he just didn't mention it in the writing, but the fact that he didn't say that he told her the time period that he went through for those 2 weeks while trying to give her space.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like at least being like, I am so sorry for that specific incident is owed and would do something, even if it helps OP by 0.5%.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think she got off pretty easy.
Very easy.
Yeah. Which is, I think my like view on, or my take on her is, I still agree that she's I think that she's very warranted in feeling those ways of like wanting to experience more in life, but
Yeah.
she's the a-hole for making him wait and leading him on while she figures that out.
Yeah, tortured him with
Yeah.
zero communication and led him on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
I
is
think if she had gone on the trip and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know I need space to think about the relationship. Can we go on like a break? I don't want to lead you on. Like, can we take a moment so I can think about this, because COVID, losing grandparents, all of this stuff has happened, and I need a second."
Yeah.
If she had done that, that's his decision whether or not he wants to continue the
to bless
relationship.
it or not.
Yeah, to bless it or not, which he probably would.
Yeah, he would.
If she had done that, that would have been a different story. But I think in this case, I think she behaved like she was not brave enough to give him what he deserved.
It seems like he said that she was remorseful, but like, yeah, I feel like at a minimum, apologizing for the specific things.
Yeah.
Like, if I was in her shoes and at the time of that, like when they finally had that like 2-hour like video call conversation, I feel like if I was her, I would want to be like, let me at least like apologize specifically for everything and acknowledge the pain that you went through.
Yeah.
As well as be like, while I don't think I'm ready to be here for you as a romantic partner and significant other, I do want to be here for you
as a friend.
As
maybe.
a friend. Yeah. And just like, if you need to talk, if you're feeling down, if you feel like, and again, it doesn't sound like he expressed this, but like, if you're like not eating and not sleeping, just call me, and like, I'll just like, I'll just do what I can, if it does encroach upon a place where it's like, becoming, I feel like I'm getting pressure into the relationship, I'll let you know, but otherwise.
Yeah.
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 So true.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Pigeon Sam. That was good. We just miss our boy,
Just miss him.
Friends over here. But ladies and gentlemen, that is
and germs.
end of that story.
That is the end of that story.
But Sophia, this is not the end of the episode, because we have one more story.
One more story.
To read to the good people who have come for our stories. We're going to give
Quite
to them.
right.
Quite right, I would say.
I do concur.
So.
We're so freaking ready. But can you tell us a little bit about this question of the story?
So the question is, should all breakups be prefaced with an explanation? To which, Sophia, what is our answer based on this story?
Yeah.
Resoundingly, yes.
Yeah.
Throughout everything and the space-time continuum 1,000 times. Yes. That is exactly.
Big Spermy, there is only one more story for this episode.
That's right.
But you're special. You get to watch us go through all of the episodes.
Let's dive right in.
Am I the a-hole for being upset that my boyfriend bought a home for me?
Homes are expensive.
Sounds pretty nice. And
It
today
depends on what the strings are.
Yeah, are there strings attached? And today we're going to be talking about this question on how do you navigate the first steps of dating? What should you do? How should you? What do you mean? First steps of dating.
First steps?
I think first steps of dating in general.
First steps of dating, when you start dating, maybe a little bit later. The question can be quite broad.
Yeah, like at what point do you go on a date to a jazz club? Anyway, this comes from Objective P516 and Rhino Rev 40.
Ooh.
Is this a double feature? My boyfriend of 9 months purchased a home and said he bought it with me in mind, as we have talked about a future and wanting to have a family. We've had many serious talks about our relationship, and we've both met each other's families. He previously lived in a home for several years and has always thought about changing his living situation, and also wasn't sure if he even wanted to stay to live in the same city. To my surprise, he went to see a house without me knowing and put in an offer. Long story short, his offer was accepted, and he's made comments about how he thought about this new house for us eventually, and I am not sure how I feel about it. I'm really happy that he got a house. He really likes it, and the price was right for it. But I feel we're not there yet to move in with each other. Also, in no way did I have a say in the decision of this house or the location. I don't think of him saying he got this house with me in mind is fair. He hasn't considered the commute for me to travel to work or anything that would be considered specifically to actually having me in mind. He bought this home 1 block away from his previous house, as he will be renting out that home now. So this home, by default, is a great location for him overall. I'm not sure how to feel about his comments and his expectations with me and the house. Man is diving deep, going deep and fast.
He's just looking a little bit too far ahead.
Additionally, I am a student, and the closing of his house happened to be the very busiest week of exams and assignments I had due. We had conversations about how I could not help him move, and there seemed to be an understanding. That week consisted of working on a presentation, studying for an exam, and working on a paper. Any other free time I had, I invested in self-care, such as working out or doing yoga. However, on one of those days, I posted a selfie where I was proud to have accomplished so much in the morning before going to work, and he got extremely upset about this. He went on to say I didn't care to help him move and that I didn't want to help him move, essentially, and made a big, huge deal about it, as he bought this house with, quote unquote, me in mind. What do you think about this? And there is some edit to give additional context and a big fat juicy update. But Sophia, what do you think?
A little suspicious.
Suspicious?
A little suspicious.
So what do you think is suspicious about it? Because basically what happened is this guy bought a house with her in mind. They've been dating for 9 months, but he didn't think about the commute, didn't think about like her being in school. It sounded like, I want to get married and I want you to live with me.
Yeah, which feels like a lot of pressure to put on a 9-month relationship.
9-month relationship. That is a lot of pressure.
I feel like even like a 2-year relationship. Like,
maybe they're Mormon.
I think
when
there's
I went
a
to
world.
Utah, Mormons get married 6 to 9 months, like that.
Crazy. Naja says he's trying to make OP feel guilty, bruh. Which it just feels like OP's got a lot going on with school and stuff. And then
it feels like he's trying to force OP into a relation, like into a depth of a relationship earlier than she's comfortable.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she's ready for that.
Lydia Whitaker says, not all Mormons do. You're right. But I'm just saying, on average, Mormons get married earlier. Edit. To give more context, the house is bought entirely with his money. I have zero financial contribution to this. We never talked about a specific time frame when I would move in. It was discussion about how it's something we both would want eventually. We did talk about how I would contribute when the time comes, in which I mentioned expenses such as hydro, utilities, internet, etc. I also made it clear that in no way was I expecting a free ride and not to contribute anything. That's just not my character. The selfie was posted was a close-up shot of my face with sunglasses, enjoying a coffee. I had made a list of accomplishments of my tasks that day and wrote in the picture, meal prep, check. Workout, check. Coffee, check. Sunshine, check. Great way starting my day so far.
Was he upset about a photo?
He was upset about our photo.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah, he was like, you should have been helping me instead of getting sunshine.
How dare you? Yeah, no, that's a little bit much too.
But there is an update, and I want to say we get an update from the other side coming up. Yeah. I realized that when we talked about the reality of me moving in with him, I mentioned that I could sell all my furniture, but would want to keep my desktop computer / desk. His response to me was that he wouldn't let me have my own room for that and to get a laptop instead. The man has an entire room dedicated to his sneakers. When I also mentioned the commute and how I'd have to pay for parking as I take the subway to work currently, not a big deal in comparison to paying for the mortgage, but still an expense, he said there could be days he could drive me, then followed up with, but you don't ever drive me to work. He did not buy the house with me in mind at all. It's clear that this is his house and he wasn't going to share his space in any other way besides how he wanted it. From her perspective, it seems like she's not seeing how she can fit into his house, which is, I mean, if he wants her to live there, it's a problem. It's a problem.
If it's something for their future, you do have to have equal kind of space.
Socrates says, that is a big ol' nope from me. Yeah, I feel like there's a bunch of red flags here, but we'll see. We'll wait to hear the other side of the story. So we had plans for me to come over on a specific day, but had also fought. I admitted and apologized that I could have put my anger aside and could have come to help. However, I wanted reassurance that he understands that if I have my own priorities and we discussed this, he cannot throw it in my face and tell me I did not meet his needs. I'm not saying, of course, that in any case I would not drop something for my partner in an emergency. I did not feel that he understood this. And when I tried to explain, he said that I was retracting my apology. I just kept feeling constantly misunderstood and having to defend myself in this relationship with other issues as well. That was the end of that. Better to cut it off sooner than later before taking the relationship to the next level of commitment. It definitely sucks. And I showed him this thread in which he, of course, was upset, says he felt betrayed. He called me entitled and he thinks I am saying I bought it for me, which is not in any way what he's saying. He's missing the point from this post in which I think he doesn't want to take accountability for not acknowledging he was wrong for throwing it in my face. The main point was guilt tripping and using the I bought it with you in mind response, because clearly, even if the commute was not in mind, currently I live in an expensive area, so to not buy a house here is a valid point. The ability to actually live with him was not with me in mind. He really absolutely did not care about me as a person and my needs, or even can understand what a real relationship is. He skimmed through all 565 comments and screenshotted the best ones that validated him and sent them to me to prove he's a quote-unquote good guy. But there is another post called My Side.
Ooh. See, right now I feel like I'm holding back on my thoughts because I'm like, oh, what's he gonna say? How's he gonna get out of this?
based on what OP is saying, so the first OP, Objective P, based on Objective P, what do you think of what she said
based on
so
her
far?
thing, I would break up with this guy.
And why would you do that?
It seems like he's placing a lot of stress on this relationship very quickly, especially, when expecting her to help him move when she's in the middle of finals. When someone's a student, that's a big burden to bear and a lot going on, and you can't really necessarily help someone, sort out what they're going through. So yeah, on that end, based off of her words, I feel like they should break up because this doesn't, it seems like he's a little much over there.
Yeah, but there is a huge, giant update. Gina, thanks for the $25. I just got in and saw Sam look shipwrecked. My side. And this is from Rhino Rev 40, so the boyfriend. She only showed me this a few days ago, but for the past couple of weeks, my now ex-girlfriend has been curating the truth to extract as much validation as she can from the situation and has prevented me from commenting or sharing my side. She admits that I actually said that I bought a house with us in mind. I did say that. When I first met her, I was moving away to LA. I had already lived in a home that was paid off for 12 years, but when I met her, I decided that maybe it's best to continue to build a life here. And should things work out, we could figure out a future together. I had been already at the market, and one day an amazing house came on the block for $300,000 less than it was months ago, which means it's probably millions.
Yeah.
I pounced and went to see it. The night I told her I saw a place, I even sent her photos and said, I'm going to place an offer, which I did. She seemed to love the place and see how much of an upgrade it would be from my current place. This is a $2 million house with 4 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, and most importantly, a garage, as my cars kept getting stolen since I didn't have one at my current place. Cars, man, it's loaded. There has never been mention of moving in together right away. At the time, we were together for 6 months, way too soon. We weren't even saying I love you yet. And I did say that once, actually, and she didn't return it anyways.
It's we weren't even saying it because she didn't say it back.
Yeah, rough.
That's crazy. 6 months.
6 months saying I love you, I think, is normal-ish.
I feel like I'd say it before.
like 3 months?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a lover, but I feel like I'd tell everyone I love them.
Well, then,
Everyone?
Yeah, I love you.
but it's different when you say it to a romantic partner.
How long are you waiting?
I would much rather take them on a trip than tell them that he loves them.
That's not true. I say
You said that. I said, would you rather say I love you or take them to Mexico?
Well, it depends on if I actually love them.
Whoa.
When I say I love you in a relationship, it means I am committing to seriously considering like a full life with you. Like I love you to me means I am committing to a life with you. That's what an I love you means.
Okay.
That being said, since we spend 95% of our time sleeping at my place when we see each other once a week, figure this would be good for us, and when it is time, we could move in together there and go from there. She loved the place. From what she said, this was supposed to be a positive. Now, let's rewind though. 3 months into the relationship.
Sorry, I was laughing. I went, and then you stopped.
3 months into the relationship, she asked to borrow $4,000.
Whoa! We are getting the other side.
I was not comfortable with it, but as usual, she made herself seem so much in need that I couldn't say no and just break up with her there. But now I realize I should have. She guilted me, saying the couples have to work together and to be there for each other and all that jazz. The fact is, within those 3 months, I had brought her to LA while I had to be there on business, and the total cost of the week that she was there was $3,000. Then over Christmas, we went to another city and another $2,000 to $3,000, as well as a Punta Cana vacation for $7,000.
Whoa. It sounds like he's rich and she's maybe exploiting.
So after all that is when she decided to ask me. And you don't need to be a genius to realize that she chose me because clearly she pinned me as having money too. Had this been my wife or long-term girlfriend, this wouldn't have been an issue, but this is 3 months in. This was a big red flag, and I talked to her about it, as usual. And as the pattern throughout this relationship, she would get extremely angry, lose her cool, and make me feel bad for questioning her character. So fast forward to me actually moving into this house over a 3-week period. She helped none whatsoever, never offered, and my own family and friends and people who were working at the house asked me about it all the time. Oh, she has school. Oh, she texts me though, and so on and so on. Completely MIA until, of course, Friday and Saturday night, where she wanted to go for dinner or go to shows. That we did, of course. One day, once her exams had tailed down and she told me she was waking up early to write a photo, I saw that she posted sunshine, kiss selfie saying yoga, meal prep, coffee, sunshine. And I wrote her privately, I feel like you could have at least offered to help in some way today. Again, she loses it. Tells me, you don't have to tell me something just because it bothers you. And then eventually she says that I will never forget this ever. Don't you think you're expecting a little much of me for 7 to 8 months of dating? I was shocked. For some reason, pressuring your boyfriend for a $4,000 loan 3 months in is not too much, but offering to help in any way over a 3-week period is too much. Yeah, 3 weeks of him moving in, and she didn't help once.
Ooh, not good.
I called it off, decided I don't need her, and this relationship wouldn't work with this set of values we don't share. A couple of days later, after trying whatever she could to flip this whole fight on me, constantly changing the goalpost as a pattern I had identified and made her aware of repeatedly over the 7 to 8 months, she eventually showed up unannounced, apologized profusely, and apparently seemed to genuinely recognize that it wasn't right and she could have offered. I took some of the responsibility when she did and said that maybe I could have been more direct as to when and how. We resolved, we started to laugh again. This was a fight that we could learn from, we both said. Well, last week, we disagreed for another simple issue. She blew up, as she does, yelling, calling my life chaotic, calling me everything she can think of, and then that she resents me for wanting her to help with the house when she had exams. Basically, she took back the apology fully and stormed out of the house. I did not chase her. I did not text her. I did not want to negotiate at all anymore. The next morning, she said she acted like that because I told her she was effed. To be honest, I don't remember saying that, but I probably did, as she was having a massive blowout. I apologized for saying that she is effed because, after all, whatever I do is in my control, and I tried my very best to get her to see that blowing up like that is her behavior to be accountable for. That's when she shared the original thread. Again, no words. Shocked that for a couple of weeks in the background, she had been farming all these comments about me, sharing our personal stuff, and curating it in a way to make herself look like, you guessed it, a victim whose boyfriend bought her a house. We met off Hinge. She asked to borrow $3,000 from me 3 months in, and I told her since then that it just didn't look good at all, and I'd hate to have something like that I couldn't even share with my friends and family. But the facts are that she only shared the stuff that mattered as the relationship went on. She's over $40,000 in debt. She got fired from her nursing job because the educator had it in for her, missed out on receiving funding from school because of their online portal, wasn't able to apply to graduate school because the school didn't let her know properly, hates her parents even though they gave her a car, paid for the exams, and other failed attempts at schooling in the past, told me that her last relationship was toxic and she didn't see a future with him, but stayed with him for 3 years when they broke up. He threatened to jump off their building, same building she currently lives in, where one bedroom costs more than my previous mortgage did for the 12 years that I paid it. Overall, yes, I had reason to play it slow with her. I didn't want her moving in on a technicality or making me responsible for all her bills or getting trapped if things didn't work out. I didn't buy her a house. I bought my house in cash, paid in full, and she was well aware of it. I bought a house because I had settling down in my current city in mind after meeting and hoped it would work out. But here she is complaining about if she would have an office in it. For nursing? A shoe room? I have 25 pairs of shoes in a closet. The spare bedroom would be for a baby's room, possibly if my future half is comfortable with that. Discussions would be had, but I realized the discussions would never be had with her. She has rage in her mind, a wild sense of entitlement, and at present time is currently getting evicted from her apartment,
Sound ill.
And has no full-time job, but all the time in the world to make Reddit posts for validation. This problem is solved. She is not going to move in, and I am accountable for my house and hope she becomes accountable for her house. I welcome any comments/questions, but I know I was dealing with a highly problematic person who will never truly realize her ways.
Boy,
This
boy.
scares me. Like, we read a lot of Reddit stories, and I really wonder what the other half of a lot of them are.
Yeah. Someone said earlier,
Eternal victim.
these are wildly different stories.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like she's just being a victim.
Yeah.
And she's
his
trying
story,
to milk this
yeah.
guy for his money.
Yeah, based off of his story, she sounds like she's just trying to take his money.
Take your money.
And I mean, honestly, if we were to look at either of these stories individually, at the end of the day, they need to break up.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
the solution. Whoever is telling the truth, the answer is break up.
Emma Bear 26 says Sam is allergic to her BS. Facts.
Oh.
But yeah, that's where that story ends.
That's where the story ends.
I
That's crazy.
love the double-sided story.
Yeah.
The double-sideds are great. I
What do
love
we call that?
just two sides to every story. We call it a double-side, a
Wait,
double-sider.
what thing
Or
are we
double
on?
feature.
Leanna says, my therapist always says there's three sides to every story. His, hers, and the truth.
Same old business.
Why don't you get a haircut?
Am I the a-hole for showing up to hang out with my girlfriend's family? She asked me not to.
Oh, so making friends with the family.
When that's not on the wish list. Anyways, this story comes from Easy Reading 7768, who says, so for the record, we're both girls. I love my girlfriend a lot, but we don't meet eye to eye on some stuff. She is bi and progressive, but old fashioned sometimes. Her parents are Asian and first gen after all. And for context, it's like first generation. So it's like, okay, like maybe they have like more conservative views versus like
Right.
in America or other Western countries or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm dressing in outfits that are a lot more revealing. I just find it fun to do. I've been getting stares and looks, but I don't care. We're home for the summer from university, and she's spending a lot of time with her family. I used to be around her family a lot, but she doesn't want me to dress how I do around them. She said it would have a bad impression, and she doesn't want her sister to start dressing like me either.
Wait, this is his girl?
This is so OP, their girlfriends, and OP's girlfriend, she's like, she is bi and progressive, but also can be old fashioned in some ways. One of the ways being, so OP has started dressing more revealing. It's summertime, it's hot girl summer. and OP's, wearing hot girl summer fits.
Are they
He doesn't
dating?
like it. Yes.
Okay, they're
Yes.
dating.
They're girlfriend and girlfriend.
And like OP's girlfriend is basically like, you're dressing too promiscuously, and I don't want my sister to look like you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of a diss.
Kind of also crazy thing to say a little bit.
Yeah.
We got into an argument where I said that her parents should just put up with it. It doesn't matter what I wear. She disagreed and said it's a matter of respect for the people around you. She said it would be embarrassing for a man to show up to meet her parents half naked. It's not cool for me to do that either. She made a comment like, dang, my immigrant parents do their best to be blended into American culture and understand you, and you can't even put on clothes to show a little respect for my parents. This is tough. This is boiling. This is rising to the top.
Okay, I have thoughts.
Talk to me. What are your thoughts?
If I was meeting my girlfriend's parents for the first time, I wouldn't wear like a tank top and shorts. I would probably wear like a nice button down.
What if it was at
Hot Boy
like
Summer?
Not even Hot Boy Summer. It's not even Hot Boy Summer. It's at a like fun outdoor block party, beach party type vibe. You're meeting the parents at the beach.
And would you come in a suit and tie, or would you
or
come
a Speedo?
in a Speedo?
Would you come in a Speedo? That's the
I
question.
would. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on, well, but it all depends on what the expectation is.
Yeah.
Like if my girlfriend says, hey, like if you want to make the best impression on my parents, they're a little bit conservative, like you're gonna have to wear a suit to the beach. I would be like, I love this girl. I want to make the best impression. I'm wearing a suit.
Yeah, here's maybe a good distinction. I feel like when you start an impression, yes, totally. I totally agree. But then there's a point where if you see them like regularly, it becomes like a reoccurring thing. You don't want to like constantly have to.
Sure, but what if it's like different culture, right? Like,
yeah,
right,
I'm
like,
not saying,
what
yeah.
would you wear upon meeting your girlfriend's family?
Nice.
Tyler said my boyfriend's Muslim family visited and I covered up even more than usual just to be respectful. He didn't even have to ask me. I just did it.
100%. There's so it is so contextual
It's
with
so contextual.
every single part. But let's get back to the context of OP. And
But
her
also, if
relationship.
they're super conservative, do they know that they're together?
Yes,
They do know that they're
it
together.
is not 1,000% crystal clear, but the context is that the parents do, because they're like, hey, when you're around them, don't dress so crazy. She is around them.
But it could be that they're just like around as
it is
like her parents see as
possible.
friends.
It is possible. Yeah, she's buying progressive old-fashioned sometimes. Her parents are Asian and first gen after all. I feel like when she said that, she would have said, but they don't know about me.
Right. Bethany says, I think asking a significant other to wear something nice to meet your family is a small ask.
Totally, yeah. And
I agree.
And normal.
I agree.
And normal.
I agree. And I think like as a person that wants to make the best impression, I feel like you should want to.
I feel like a sign of a partner is like you think about it ahead of time anyways, because you're concerned about your partner. Anyways, let's get back to the story here, which I didn't like because obviously what I wear shouldn't matter. If they see it as respect, they're dumb for that. That's all there is to it. They need to grow up.
I feel like that is culturally naive.
Yeah. I do feel bad for her because her past relationships have gone out of their way to be respectful to her family, including learning a little of her parents' first language. I want to do that, but I also want to dress how I want. But she said, if I dress like that, I can, but she's not going to invite me to hang out around her family, which really threw me off. I used to hang out with her family all the time. I mean, they aren't happy about the gay thing, but they have accepted it. Then they can accept how I dress now.
So they do know about it.
Yes. So I knew the restaurant my girlfriend was at and just showed up. Her parents were a little rude and looked scandalized. They asked if I was wearing a bikini top and going to the beach after. I told them no, firm, and they shut up. My girlfriend ignored me, and it was obvious she was upset with me.
That's kind of an a-hole move to show this.
You're like ambushing them.
Yeah,
like,
that's
almost.
that's pretty whack. There's a certain level of respect that you have for other people. Let's say you go to like a church or a mosque or something. You don't yell in the mosque because you want to be respectful to what's going on there, even though you might not share the same values or beliefs.
Yeah,
you know?
and someone's like, hey, this is what you do. Like you wash your feet in the mosque. And you're like, okay,
you
cool.
wear
I don't want to be
like covering.
Yeah,
or,
like
a
I don't
hat
want
or
to be
something.
disrespectful. So yeah, I'm happy to like again, there is some of a respect thing.
Yeah,
There'll be a lot
because
of
there's
comments and
two sides.
conversation.
It's like
Yes.
what one is some of the comments that we saw earlier. Don't police what other people address.
Yes.
And the other is if you want to be somewhat culturally sensitive and mature, maybe be respectful of someone else's familial values a little bit.
Yes. But Opie says, when we left, it was obvious she was pissed, and she said, if I don't invite you, you don't come, period. She has been mad at me about it, but I think what I did was awesome. I hope her sisters start dressing like me, honestly. I told her I was just proving it wasn't a big deal what I wear. So, am I the a-hole? There is some quick relevant comments I'll close out with. Butterfly Princess says, you're the a-hole. Nothing is better than blatant disrespect and boundary stomping in a relationship. You don't sound mature enough for a relationship. No wonder why she doesn't want you around her sister. Does that not tell you enough? You embarrass her. I have secondhand embarrassment for you. Don't dwell on it too long, though. Her, your girlfriend's next relationship, assuming that they're going to break up, will probably be everything yours isn't. Respectful of family, respectful of her kind and understanding. I am so excited for her. Ouch.
Wow.
Matt Hattergal with the $20 dono says, this story reminds me of my first boyfriend. He broke up with me because his mom could not handle me always wearing black and Victorian style clothing. Dude, you're dating a gothic girl. This is what we wear. And that, yeah, again, that's why I feel like it's so contextual, because it's like, if you get married and you're like, there isn't a religious thing. They're just like snarky and annoying and constantly like picking on you for things like that are like objectively not crazy, like some holes in jeans. Like, I'm sorry, like that. I just don't think that's that crazy. And then you're married and that person keeps making comments and like kind of insulting you. I feel like there's a point where it's like, guys, stop.
I think OP in this situation is in the wrong. And I think what was the most egregious act is showing up to this dinner
Yes.
uninvited.
Yes, it seemed it was kind of hard to tell, but it seemed like it was a explicit non-invite.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, hey, you're like not, dressing a certain way to respect my parents, so I'm not going to invite you. And then OP just barged in anyways.
Yeah. Super immature.
It sounds like some sort of like bikini top, sports bra, something.
Yeah.
Along
And
those
like,
lines.
I could understand maybe there's some ways of dress that are more of a lifestyle than anything else. And you know what? Like, you can be uncompromising in the way you dress.
Yeah.
That is completely up to you. But
Totally.
some people will not be comfortable inviting you into certain spaces because of how you dress. Like, I spent a lot of time with nudists, right? And there are some nudists that will not go anywhere not being nude. They want to be completely nude all the time. And, like, I probably won't invite them to, like, family dinners if they insist on being nude.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
But it's
sir?
it's their prerogative. They can dress however they want to dress. But that doesn't mean you have to invite them to every event.
Yeah, but it's hard because it's her parents. Like what are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, I think in this situation, it's like, if you can't respect what I'm asking for my parents, then maybe it's not a good relationship to be in. But I think OP can say, I don't want to do that, and I don't want to change how I dress, and then like maybe the relationship implodes. OP could make a boundary saying, I don't want to change like how I dress. If you're asking me to do that, I don't know if I want to be in this relationship. And I think the OP's partner can say, hey, I want someone who is going to respect my like parents' cultural boundaries.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't do that. Both people can make those boundaries, and that's totally fine.
Yes.
But what's not fine is OP crossing their girlfriend's boundaries.
Yeah.
And inviting themselves to a dinner that they were specifically uninvited from. That's crossing a boundary.
Also, they're home from university for the summer. It is giving like early freshman college relationship vibes.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I want to wear what I want, and what I did was awesome, and da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, okay, like, come on.
Agreed.
What are we doing?
We doing dumb stuff. But should we be doing this next story?
right.
Let's do it. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my boyfriend because of my friend's lies?
Break up, don't go back.
Ooh, you heard it here first. And we're going to answer the question today. Should you help bad friends change their ways?
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. And this story comes from OHCR4P, who says, a year ago, I was about to move in with my first serious boyfriend. Josh, with whom I was head over heels in love with. When one of my closest friends said that Josh had showed them a photo of me on his phone when he was drunk during a party.
Not a good move, Josh.
That is, Josh, what are you doing, bruh? That's not how you keep a lady.
No.
5 or 6 more of my friends corroborated the story and told me that Josh also talked in extreme detail about our spicy sleep life when showing the photo. It was sickeningly detailed.
Like an erotic fanfic where it's like, he moved his member into my cave of wonders.
My meat cave.
My meat cave.
Shout out, dude. We haven't said meat cave in a million years.
Was unbearable.
Is that a breakup on the spot?
So I had a girl who like had a spicy sleep podcast that she like talked about things.
Whoa, did she talk about you on it?
Yeah, I was fine. I'm fine with that.
But at least there's context.
I mean, and she talked in detail about things with her friends about our. But I'm fine with it. It's just all just like.
She comes over to the potluck, stands on a box, and starts a TED talk.
I mean, maybe not that, but if it's with her close friends, I don't think I would mind.
Because he knows he's good.
Yeah, maybe if it was like, this guy sucks, and like
maybe if you didn't have like a size 12 foot, you'd be a little insecure about it, you know?
Comments,
Maybe.
I'll let you go crazy with that one.
Maybe. But I mean, for me, I don't think it would be a breakup, but
fair enough. Fair.
Because they'd just be bragging.
Comments.
I'm sorry.
Comments, let us know how you feel. So, this did not sound like Josh at all. When I asked him what the F was going on, he denied everything. He eventually got very angry and started calling all of my friends liars. And at one point, he showed up at my place while some of them were visiting, and things got a little physical. It was really a very strange turn of events in my life. Josh seemed so worked up, and all of my close friends were calling him a liar. Josh had taken photos of me on his phone, which I know was stupid, but in the heat of the moment and everything. So I trusted my friends, and I broke up with Josh.
Whoa.
It's over.
It's over. Josh, don't share. Also, just a bad move to share pictures.
Such a bad move. Like share pictures, talk about it. Like, yeah.
Unless you're trying to support your girlfriend's small business and
that is a completely different
model.
Yeah. If she's on that
grind.
Oaf
Model.
Oaf model.
Oaf model. We can say oaf model. Oaf mode.
Oaf works great.
Oaf works.
But it was heart-wrenching to break up, and Josh begged me to believe him. He started tearing up, nearly punched the wall, and left angrily. I was really grossed out at the time and felt super conflicted. A few months later, I started dating one of the friends, Alex, who had told me about Josh showing everyone the photo.
Wait, she started dating? I see you in the comments. I sense sabotage.
That's right. For the saboteur. Yeah, that is so. You're the one that basically dropped the smoking gun evidence that caused a breakup, and you start dating that person. He pursues you.
It's like it's like, oh, someone died and you inherit the whole fortune. You know, it's like, there's a little bit of motive here.
Something's going.
Or maybe
fishy.
he just saw it and was like, I got to get a piece of that.
I mean, that seems to be exactly what is happening here.
Oh man,
I feel like there's something I'm missing.
No. I was Riley's saying he saw the pic and was like, oh, I'm down to get some of that. But I think what actually happened is it was sabotage.
I think
he made up the story.
I see. I see what you're saying, sir. Well,
a little sus, as Kara Sosa says.
All of my friends were pushing me to date Alex at the time, the guy who shared the picture. We didn't really, or the guy who told OP about the picture. We didn't really sync, and it didn't go past a few months, but we remained friends of sorts. So today, another friend sends me a message that says he just wanted to get something off of his chest. The story about Josh wasn't true.
We ICU'd.
We ICU'd.
We knew.
That's right.
Knew. Chatting us. We got it.
We're on it.
Big brain.
After talking to a few other people, including Alex, it's all come out that they were lying. And there was like multiple friends.
It's crazy that they all collaborated on this.
What friend would be like, oh, hey, could you like lie to this girl that her boyfriend was like showing and like doing all this crazy
terrible friend.
terrible friends.
Or way too loyal of a friend that is willing to basically incriminate themselves and go out on their morals.
You know what?
For someone.
They're evil friends. So they're evil to everyone else, but they help each other do their evil bidding.
Yeah. It's like an evil kingdom.
Evil kingdom. Yes. An evil round table of devilish knights. It was this effing orchestrated BS event that totally changed my life forever. Apparently, they hated Josh and thought he was bad for me and an a-hole. So
and they do this?
So you think the move is to help someone lie that they're sharing some n***ies?
I guess so. Fight fire with fire.
Dude, my God.
Fight a-holery with a-holery.
That was my effing decision, and I am shaking right now. I cried in the office bathroom for about 2 hours afterwards.
Oh.
I loved Josh so much. Keyword loved, past tense. We were planning a life together, and I've been friends with that group since high school. What the F? I guess I'm supposed to stop talking to my friends, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're not really your friends if they're lying behind your back. Also, this is just a reminder. Let's see receipts before you just believe hearsay.
Yes. Although in OP's defense, many people coming up to you and being like, this happened, this happened, this happened.
Yeah.
That is a version of receipts.
It is not. It's definitely not OP's fault in any way. But I feel like if something seems suspicious, then maybe just get evidence.
Yes. It's best for you if you're in that scenario to do that.
Yeah. It's like, then what is the tattoo on my butt if you saw the photos? There we go.
Great one. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot possibly come back from this and still talk to them, right? You shouldn't. This basically nukes my group of friends. But how could I ever even look at them again? Also, I need closure with Josh. Can I call him? Should I call him? Should I unblock him on Facebook and message him? What do I do? And there's an update.
Honestly,
but
this is such an easy one. It's so
easiest
easy.
thing ever.
Yeah, those are not your friends.
Yep.
Or if they are your friends, they shouldn't be because their morals are not aligned with yours. So break up with the friend group. And then I think, reach out to Josh and say, hey, I don't expect anything from you now, but I just wanted to know I found out that my friends were lying. I'm so sorry I hurt you.
Well, riddle me this. You reach out to Josh and Josh is like, I effing hate you. You believed the lies, but you really want the relationship. Do you still try to pursue the relationship and make him see the reason?
I mean, like, as much as just saying the truth, but I think if you don't deserve his attention or company, like it's up to him.
It's kind of a weird scenario though, because like I do feel that while OP did not do well, actually, I don't know if OP asked for other friends to come forward or if they just volunteered. So we don't know if she did her own due diligence, right?
It seems like they all were collaborating on this lie together.
Oh, they absolutely were. 5 or 6 friends corroborated the story and told me.
So it's like it is just a unfortunate thing. I think if I was Josh and this happened to me, if this situation happened to me and I was Josh, I would probably appreciate an apology.
Yes.
I probably wouldn't go back to that relationship, but I would appreciate the apology and an olive branch. And I think like OP can do something like, I just found out that it all was a lie. I am so sorry for what I put you through. I know you probably don't want to see me at all.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to talk about things or need any closure or just friendship, I'm there. But take all the time you need or feel free to tell me to F off.
I always just hate these stories because they're just victims of circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like OP's not in the wrong. Josh is not in the wrong. It's just a crappy situation.
Great point. Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We know whether or not OP reached out because there's an
update. Let's go.
So, even though everyone seemed to think it was a terrible idea, I sent Josh an email on Friday. Did you ask the people who also told you about the photo and lied to you?
Probably Reddit.
Come on. Reddit.
Reddit is so vindictive. They're like, probably just die in a hole.
Yeah.
Destroy yourself in front of Josh because that's what you deserve.
Why don't you, instead of using your fingers to type an email, just use your fingers to dig your own grave and stay there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well-
Reddit be like that.
That's true. But we have the email. Josh, I don't know if you are still connected to anyone on Facebook, but if you are, you probably already know why I'm sending this. And I know it is totally unfair and selfish to contact you, but I cannot imagine going through the rest of my life without apologizing. Great start. So before I say a bunch of embarrassing things, more than anything, I want to say I am sorry I did not trust you. I am sorry I let other people decide our relationship. I am sorry for what I put you through. But I figured this might be my only chance to say this, so here comes the really lame, embarrassing stuff. I spent the past day thinking about the past year. Where would I be if I had believed you? What my life would be like? Would we be engaged? Would we be married? I'm not over you. I want to try again. I'm not asking you to marry me, but if you ever find yourself thirsty, I would love to buy you a beverage of your choice. Honestly,
Great choice of words.
kind of fire. I want to talk to you again. I miss everything about our relationship. I miss you getting annoyed when I stole your French fries. I miss fighting with you over money. I miss making you breakfast. I miss watching The Office with you over and over and over. I miss you. My information is still the same. I would not blame you if you ignored and deleted this. Just know that I know, and I am really sorry.
I think W email.
Pretty W.
It takes like basically all the blame. I honestly maybe would put more context where it's just it just was revealed to me that my whole friend group basically corroborated a lie about you.
Yeah, yes.
I feel like I would give a little bit more context on that.
Yeah, she's
'cause
like
he might
assuming
not
that
know.
he knows.
Yeah, he's assuming that he knows, which he maybe does. I don't know, but like I would give more context on that because I don't think we should assume he knows.
Yeah, I think he does, but yeah, but best not to assume. It makes an ass out of him. So I sent it and tried to take my mind off of it. Just writing it and sending it was extremely cathartic. I spent Saturday morning sitting around watching old movies when somebody rang my doorbell.
Huh.
Assuming it was Amazon, I ignored it and waited for the delivery driver to leave so I could sneak out and grab the package. I was in my robe. But after a minute or two, I walked over to the door and looked through the hole. It was Josh.
With a boombox.
Yeah.
I'll take you back.
Obviously, my heart leapt into my throat and opened up to be ready. No, I'm just kidding.
It's too early for this.
Wow, come on. I had been compulsively checking my phone for a response, but I was not expecting something like that. Everything in my house, including me, was pretty disheveled. I creaked the door, smiled, said hi, and told him that I would get dressed really quickly. What a terrible interaction. So I ran around my place, throwing crap into corners, pulled my hair back, found something to wear, and went back to the door. I'm just saying.
John's extra this morning.
No, I'm not.
Dude, your girlfriend's only been gone for 2 days.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I did light candles myself, by the way.
Because he missed her.
Yeah. He was doing a little self-care, you know.
True. Yeah, that's true. Me and Drake lighting candles.
Damn, you masturbated.
Dude, with that Schmeat, too impressive. Too impressive not to.
I never saw the photo.
Oh, dude, you should see it. You should see it, man. Anyways.
Enough on Drake's penis.
Enough on Drake's wiener. We're going to get back to this wiener. Josh said, I'm here for that beverage.
I'm going to slurp you up.
Oh, God. I only had OJ and water, which was also pretty embarrassing. But Josh stuck around anyways. He didn't ask many questions, really. I started to talk about the nudie photo incident, but he said he didn't really care to talk about it. We both know all the details now. So that at least I think he does know that it was the friends, which...
Yeah. Well, he always knew he was innocent.
Yes.
But it's like now she knows.
Yes. The conversation eventually grew a bit aimless and we were just talking like old times. It was wonderful. He asked if I was hungry and I wasn't really, but of course I said I was. We went to a nearby burger place that we used to go to all the time. He did ask whether or not I had dated Alex. He didn't seem to be upset by my answer because she did date him a little bit. I asked him if he had dated anyone. He said he had a 6-month relationship in the interim. She sounded great, but I didn't pry. When we got back to my place, Josh asked what I was doing for the rest of the day. I don't have plans.
This is cute.
This is cute. We spent the rest of the day together and then the night.
Oh, they're going straight into it.
It's totally stupid to move that fast, but I am not going to spend much time worrying about it. I'm feeling happy. We spent part of Sunday together too, then Tuesday, then Wednesday.
Woo!
Honestly, yes, it is moving too fast, but
they were already in a relationship.
I think it's okay.
You kind of like pick up where you left off.
Yeah, and it's like there's all this like pent up there's this debt, relationship debt of like, hey, like I've been missing you. This is after all this BS. Let's really make the most of it.
Yeah, no.
Finish as much time as possible. I think it's cute.
That's great. W Josh. We discussed what we were doing. 2 single people dating each other was the consensus. Exclusive? Yes. I think the world of him and will always regret what happened. No matter what, though, I'm extremely happy I sent the letter to him. It's interesting to think that if he had actually done what everyone accused him of, and then I took him back, I would probably have trust issues. Now, obviously, I trust him to the core. He could tell me the world was flat, and I'd have trouble questioning him. Just a weird thought that I've been having again. So that's the story. We are together again. Will it work out? I hope so. No matter what, things are better today than they were last week. Wow. Great story ending. That's great. I love a story with a happy ending.
Yes.
It feels like OP and Josh did all the right things.
However, if you remember the question of this episode.
Oh, yeah.
The question is, should you try and help bad friends change their ways?
Oh, those friends, I feel like for that is a distance.
The answer is no.
That one, it's like, yeah, you cut them out.
Honestly, I was kind of going into this episode thinking like, yeah, it's good I've had instances and times where it's like me and friends have had, not even anything crazy, but just like, hey, you should do this, like
to
challenging some degree.
But this is such a miscarriage of justice.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole friend group was on board that I'm just like burn the friend group, walk away.
I'm curious to see if that every story kind of ends with like, hey, like it's not worth it. Just walk away from the friendship.
It depends on how bad the thing is. Like if it's like a friend that yells at you or something, and it was a moment of like, I think there's differences, right? There's like, and we talk about this with cheating too. Mm-hmm. There's like a difference between a one night stand, which is still bad, and a affair, which is like months and months of lying. And I think this is like closer to like a friend affair where they lied and kept the lie for months and months to have this guy Alex date OP. And so Alex kept it for months and months. So I think the whole friend group is trash for that reason.
Totally.
It wasn't an instance of bad judgment. It was like a lifestyle.
Yeah. 100% agree. I will give her some, you always should do due diligence if you're on OP's position, 100%. But literally it was Alex plus 5 or 6 friends.
Yeah. When your whole friend group corroborates a story, it's hard to not believe them.
I'm going to be honest. Like, I mean, obviously now with this podcast and our discussions, I would always ask for evidence, but like if I hadn't have like read that story and gone through this thought experiment, I don't know if I would have. I feel like that would have been the due diligence.
Yeah. If like everyone in this house said like this person did something, like you would kind of just
believe it. I would like I trust and have a great friendship with everyone in this house, so I'm like I trust
which
you.
We assume OP did. OP had trust in those friends.
Friends since high school.
Yeah.
Like a decade of friendship. Yeah. So there you go.
But shall we get into this next story?
Let's do it.
Am I the a-hole for getting mad at my friends for having spicy sleep beside me while I was asleep?
That's pretty bad.
I mean, if you don't wake up, what's the harm?
Have you ever done this, Sam?
Of course. I lived in the same room with Christian for like 4 years.
I literally forgot about that. Wow. Unreliable source over here.
Of course. We both did. Are you kidding
Biased.
me? Anyway, my friends and I, 25 female, were on a getaway to the mountains and had rented a house for our stay. After a long day, we returned back to the house, relaxed, had our dinner, and divided all the rooms amongst ourselves. I was sharing a room with my friend, 25 female, Nancy. All goes well. We turn the lights off, and I'm asleep before I know it. I was so tired. In the middle of the night, I am awakened by an earthquake.
Oh, no.
Or so I thought.
An earthquake reported in Pound Town, USA. Off the Richter scale.
So bad. In college, I was in a bunk bed.
Oh,
And
no.
I remember getting just woken up in the middle of the night.
God.
It's so bad.
Saddest oh God of all time.
But I just am like, all right, man's doing my thing.
What else can you do?
Upstairs. You just gotta go to sleep. I don't know. This is just like part of living
Help
in the
him
same
out.
room with people. Help
Start
them
shaking
out. Like a Mormon soak.
Tag me in, brother.
The jumper.
It's turning into degeneracy.
Oh man. Anyway, the bed is moving and peculiar noises seem to be coming from behind me. I turn around and lo and behold, my very two friends are going at it right beside me.
In the same bed is super crazy.
Yeah, have the decency to actually just be at least in the different beds.
Yeah, go to the couch or just away from the bed.
That's terrible.
Bathroom, shower, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Standing up. There's so many options.
I feel the most courteous thing is if you're living in the same room as a person, go to the bathroom.
Yes.
That's the most courteous thing to do.
If anything.
And also definitely like no giant movements.
I mean, true.
Like
I mean, you just shouldn't ultimately.
Sure.
Yeah, well, but what about reality though? Let's
has anyone ever lived in a triple in college? That is
when I lived with 30 people, that actually didn't happen. But I think
that's crazy.
It didn't?
Here's the reason why. I think because one, I was only there for 3 months, and two, I think there were so many people that I don't know if anyone was like that's an audience. Like, that is a studio audience right there.
Oh man.
A Jerry Seinfeld studio audience.
Yeah, I mean, this is also like very different. If you can't just go at it. Like that's insane.
I do have questions for you, Sam, after the story about the bullshit.
Oh, here we go. Stay around till the end.
Well, okay, did you and your roommate agree on this, or did you guys just let it happen and then you figured out?
I mean, most of the time I was asleep, but it's like, I mean, he had like a girlfriend for a while and I was just asleep. And then if I wasn't, I would leave.
Wait, would you get up in the moment?
I mean, I think you're imagining, it's not like, it's more of like a cuddle, but I'm like, all right, something's going on here.
Okay.
It's not like you're seeing people fully naked. It's like they're cuddling, but there's a little bit more like I can't see hands.
It's not an OF scene.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like these people are fully going at it. That's different.
Hey, Sam's golden rule. Just don't go fully at it.
I think
Add it to the roster.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I think this is a little bit too much. Anyway, I literally jumped out of the bed. They tried to cover up as fast as they could, but I had already seen things I'll never forget. I was seeing red, lol. It triggered a crappy memory from childhood.
Oh no.
Where I had been in a very similar situation with my parents.
Trauma.
I yelled at them and straight up started insulting both of them. And I said some pretty mean stuff. I then dashed out of the room and spent the night on the couch in the cold. The next morning, my other friend who found me on the couch asked me about what happened and that she heard me yelling last night. I told her the whole story, and for some reason, she found it funny. When everyone else found out what happened, they started laughing and making jokes, which I didn't mind since it lightened the mood a little bit. Nancy the guy Rick, soon came out of the room as well. Everyone told me to just forget about it and enjoy the rest of the trip. But Nancy told me that I was way too rude for something so silly. Rick didn't say much. He looked kind of embarrassed of the whole thing, which, yeah, it is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I told Nancy that they could have woke me up and asked me to leave. They were, and that I had every right to be mad because you don't start banging on a bed where someone is literally sleeping.
Yeah.
In the same bed, icky.
Yeah. This is on you, Nancy.
Yeah. Nancy said that I was overreacting and it was not that deep. Sounded like it was pretty deep.
Oh, God.
I was annoyed and pissed and told her to stay away from me the rest of the trip since we were all there to enjoy. Now that we're back, Nancy refuses to talk to me and is adamant in saying that I was the one who was at fault and being a pain in the butt in general. She's calling me a virgin, which I am, and claiming that I'm just jealous that she is more desirable than me. That's not cool.
Jeez.
She said all this to my face in private so no one in the group knows. Everyone in the friend group thinks I should just let it go and reconcile with Nancy and Rick. But Nancy keeps putting all the blame on me, and it's getting on my nerve now. So am I the a-hole? There is an update. But you should never
Call your friends a virgin. No matter how true it might be or could seem to be.
I think, all right, here. So golden rules.
Talk to me.
Golden rules of spicy sleep.
Whoa.
Golden rules of spicy sleep.
With friends present.
With friends present. All right. 1, if you don't know them well, off limits. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Or actually, wait.
How many years of friendship?
Like,
ooh, at least 1.
I think it's more like, are you living in the same room and how old are you? I think it's more like, are you living in the same room? I don't know. It's like,
yeah. If you live in the same room, it's
yeah. But I think here are the things that they did wrong.
Yeah.
What they did wrong is it was in the same bed. That's gross. That you should not do.
No.
That's a little bit too far. But also, like, I think the other thing is they're putting blame on OP where it's like they were the ones that totally transgressed boundaries. Like it is not cool to do that to another person.
If I walk up to Riley and slap him in the face for no reason, I can't be mad if he slaps me back twice.
Yeah, and it's like, it's different. It must be consensual. Like, you kind of have to have like an agreement, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're saying if you have beside of me once, I can have beside of you twice? That's what you said about the slapping.
No. If I was saying, I was using a John's famous analogy to illustrate the point of, like, because Nancy and Rick were the ones that did the wrong thing, they can't be mad that OP quote unquote overreacted in their perspective. It's
gotcha.
Like, you got to know that, like, you did the wrong thing. Something, you might get some blowback. Like, that's what happens.
If Riley and I shared a bunk bed for a year,
yes,
I would expect, and Riley had a girlfriend, I would expect that something would be going on while I was sleeping at some point if he's having his girlfriend stay over all the time. Like,
wait, do you get top or bottom?
I had bottom when I was in college.
I like the bottom one.
Power bottom. Nice.
It just,
But,
yeah.
Yeah. So
would you be mad?
no, I would expect it. You have a girlfriend. I would expect it.
Yeah, I'd be upset if you had a girlfriend having bunk bed though.
You would be
I'd be
upset.
like, oh, Sam, let me sleep.
Yeah, I'm a deep sleeper.
But what if, okay, you both have a girl and then there's like an even exchange, like, okay, sometimes we're doing it, sometimes they're doing it, but it's like part of the,
which is kind of what happens in college, where it's just like, I mean, like, you're not, I feel like you're definitely not going like crazy or anything. It's just, it's just like subtle movements.
I feel like many people in college have experienced that.
Yeah. Like all the time. I mean, if you haven't lived in a triple with a bunch of like people, guys or girls, I feel like maybe it feels weird, but I don't know. Like, it's happened to me so many times. Like, I'm just desensitized to it. But Lydia Whitaker, when it comes to roommates, you need to communicate. So it's like it's really, you know, that's really just what people are comfortable with. So yeah. But there is an update. There is an update.
Oh wow.
Let's see it.
Update. Someone asked me to update, so here you go. I don't think they'll let me update on this sub, so I'll just put it here for anyone who's interested. Turns out Nancy and Rick were using me to this makes them even more of the dick. Turns out Nancy and Rick were using me to fulfill some weird spicy sleep fantasy, and the whole group was in on it.
No.
They were already in the wrong.
Holy cow.
Dude.
This makes it so much worse.
Yeah, this is crazy.
They all knew that Rick and Nancy were planning on doing something like this, and they both did it with me particularly because I'm waiting for marriage to have sex and am still a virgin.
That is evil, bro. That is
so bad.
Evil.
I've been an inside joke in the friend group for God knows who for how long, and I had no idea they thought of me like that.
Oh.
They think just because I'm waiting for marriage, I'm a loser who can't get anybody to sleep with me, as if I'm not a sane adult who can make her own choices regarding her own damn body.
Dump all these friends. This is awful. Are you kidding me? This is horrendous.
2 people in the group had done this exact same thing with another girl, but that girl had laughed it off, so they saw nothing wrong with it. They just thought it would be funny to prank me like that. A guy in the same group told me all this privately after I shared the link of the original post in the group chat. He said that he would have told me on the trip itself, but he got pressured into staying quiet because it will ruin the fun. Wow. I'm truly disgusted. Rick did apologize, but I haven't heard from Nancy. The others who were laughing said they didn't think it would be a big deal and wouldn't have participated if they knew it would make me uncomfortable. They don't know that I know about all the jokes they make on me behind my back. And all the apologies came only after I shared the post and made them read what the comments were saying. I've decided to ghost them altogether. I'd rather have no friends than associate myself with a bunch of judgmental idiots who act like 16-year-olds. I also wanted to clarify that my childhood memory I had mentioned wasn't abusive. My parents were doing it beside me, thinking I was asleep.
Oh my God.
I woke up from the noises they were making.
Are you kidding me?
The room was dark. I didn't see anything except their silhouettes, and they never realized that I was awake. Oh my God.
Oh.
Thank you to everyone who showed their support and gave advice.
Bro, OP has been so traumatized.
That is disgusting.
Dude.
That is like
heinous.
Also, the whole friend group being in on their kink is...
That's crazy.
No. Leave the friend group.
Whack.
Okay, so back to the question again. It's like, do you try to change bad friends? It's like, yes.
Well, it's like the whole friend group. Maybe that one person that came forward, you could be.
You mean no, right?
Huh?
You said yes.
You said, do you try to change friends?
Yeah.
You do try to change. Oh, no. Oh, change friends as in like change friend groups.
No. As in, do you try to like make them see the error of their ways?
Oh, no. I think that's a nuke 'em and run.
Yeah, nuke 'em and run. Yeah, maybe that one guy, but also he was pressured into like not saying anything.
Yeah.
Which like
weird.
Yeah.
Such a bad friend group.
This goes beyond
this
a
is
kink.
It's not a kink. It is
it's not consensual.
It's non-consensual. And it's like that you're including someone in a sexual act that is non-consensual.
Yeah.
Which it's like also from the sounds of it, it's not like they were trying to be subtle or something or trying to like they were literally their intention was to be loud and have OP witness it.
Bro.
Yeah, whack.
Would I be the a-hole if I break up with my boyfriend after going on a trip with his family?
It's probably a really bad trip.
Maybe if you get together with the dad. When do you give up on a relationship? That is the question we're going to be answering in this episode. This comes from Cup of Purple Cat Milk, who says, first time poster, I 23 female and my boyfriend 24 male of 10 months went on a 4-day vacation with his family. I was meeting them for the first time and it was overall great. During this 4-day vacay, he started 3 fights, almost 1 fight per day.
Wow.
The first fight was on the first night, that rhymes, when we went down to the river to puff the devil's lettuce.
Whoa.
We were pulled off near a river where people can walk and fish. We were a little ways from the car, but we could see it from where we were, and our backs were to the road behind us. We weren't there more than 20 minutes. 1 car and 2 police had zoomed by, not even slowing down or acknowledging us in any way. He freaked out on me about how I wasn't being careful and that we were suspicious, standing by the side of a river where tourists and locals usually go to. I mean,
it's legal.
It's well, we don't know where they're at.
That's true. I was going to say, is
it
is it not
legal? Question mark?
legal?
It is. The one thing I will give you there is standing by a river late at night doesn't look great.
Yeah.
It doesn't look great. He continued on saying that if we got caught, it could ruin his life. We are in a state where weed is not legal, but THCA and other cannabinoid substances are. So it's not the true stuff, but there are some stuff like it that is legal. If someone did pull up, I would have chucked my J into the river without hesitation. Flick. He also tried to put words in my mouth saying, "I'm sorry I ruined your high."
Yeah.
When I did not think or say that. This fight lasted more than 45 minutes almost. And at the end of the fight, he admitted to me that he isn't making me happy enough and doesn't believe me when I say he makes me extremely happy. Oof. We ended with me reassuring as much as possible that I love him and I have been the happiest. I've been in it a long time with him.
He sounds like a stick in the mud.
Like a stick in the mud?
He sounds like a stick in the mud.
Or a J in the river.
Stick in the mud, J in the river. Two birds, 1 stone.
2 things you don't want to be, my friends.
Are you okay?
Stick in the mud.
Stroke over there?
2 rivers in the wood, J, River Rock.
Water in the wood.
2024.
J's in the river.
J's in the river. Now it's a song. The second fight was on the 3rd night. Also rhymed. A family friend staying with us inquired. It rhymed.
The same rhyme.
But it still rhymed. And it's going to happen again, and I'm going to say it again. A family friend staying with us inquired about my previous polyamorous lifestyle. And afterward, my boyfriend started up again at me.
He sounds like a stick in the mud. He sounds like a J in the river.
Yup. A little backstory. I had an open relationship before him, and I had been very open about that since we met, along with and throughout our relationship. So she was open through the relationship. Him and I are in a monogamous relationship that we both agreed to. He accuses me of missing being with multiple partners and that I am going to cheat/leave him in the future.
He sounds very insecure.
Buddy, stop.
Stop
that.
Stop.
Just don't be insecure and suck. Don't be a J in the river.
Don't be a J in the river.
You're looking real soggy, my guy.
Yeah, be a J under the on the side of the road.
I tell him that's not true, and I hate that I constantly have to keep reassuring him about it, even asking if I've done anything to make him question my commitment to him. And he said no. The argument then derailed into how he constantly puts his own needs and wants and desires aside to instead love and dote on me. He would rather deny himself everything to give me anything and still doesn't think he gives me enough or deserves my love. I told him that what he wants and needs as a person matters in our relationship just as equally as mine, but he downplayed everything, just wanting to make up. I tried pushing the seriousness of our situation, but he just said, "I love you," and went to bed.
Probably went to bed at 8 o'clock because he's a J in the river.
Like a loser. Got him. The third fight was driving back home. Did not rhyme. I need to state beforehand that I hate Teslas.
Huh?
Yeah.
When I see one on the road, I usually flip them off.
Damn.
Got you. And say something mean and then move on. I'm not reckless around them, chase them, or pester them in any way. I would be a little worried if you did.
Wait, whoa. Opie just sees a Tesla, drives up to them, flips them off, and then is like, you suck.
Basically.
Unprompted.
Unprompted.
That's crazy.
But hey, I don't road rage and chase them or try to bump their bumper or anything.
Yeah,
so
I don't go that far. I just swear at them and flip them off.
Yeah.
That's honestly kind of unsafe. I think if road rage can be somewhat unsafe.
What if the AI becomes sentient and is like, you know what? Screw you too.
Screw
Boom.
you. Yeah.
Got him. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. While I was driving a Tesla on the highway, drove past us. I said, I hope you have anal leakage and none of your door handles work for the rest of your life. To the Tesla.
Well, okay. Very important question. Is OP winding down the window or rolling down the window?
In this case, it seems OP is saying
OP's just in the car
to
and
herself.
She's like, anal leakage.
But I think in this case, it was an innocent, just like, like I like to yell at the people in the commercials, like insult them and say horrible things about them.
Yes.
You're not gonna get me this time, you nursing homes.
Yep. Not today. Why does Riley know all the Florida ads I used to watch? My boyfriend snapped and asked me why I hate Teslas. Come on, babe.
Why do you eat Teslas?
Elon. I tried to explain, but he was angry about why I hate Tesla so much. To wish something like anal leakage and broken door handles on them and more.
Oh my God, what else did you wish upon them?
What if they become sentient, babe, and have feelings?
What did the Tesla do to you?
That's right. I asked why he was taking it so personally. He said Elon Musk secretly had him on paper. No, I'm just kidding.
He said, I want a Tesla.
He said, people with Teslas are the coolest people on planet Earth.
He said, I have anal leakage and I don't appreciate you using that as an insult.
Imagine this is really what that's about. You're going to feel like a jerk.
I feel like you make fun of my anal leakage.
Hey, you know what, Opie's boyfriend? I love your anal leakage. Okay. I support it. Anyways. Back to the story. He said he wasn't, but then continued to ask me if I would hate him or treat him differently if he got one.
Oh my God, he's buying a Tesla.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, he's already bought a Tesla. And he's like, is my wife Girlfriend, I believe. Girlfriend gonna make fun of me if I drive around with my Tessie?
It's no longer my bestie in a Tessie. It's my exie in a Tessie.
And you know what? That rhymes.
Thank you. He says he might want to get a Tesla and I might, quote unquote, leave him over it or treat him differently or never drive/rive in it, and was angry that my opinion about Teslas was stopping him from ever getting. Ouch. Then, in the middle of us going back and forth about my hatred for Tesla, he demanded that I say one good thing about Teslas.
Babe, say one good thing about Teslas. Say it.
And you know what I did? I refused.
Just say one good thing.
No.
They're good for the environment.
They're leaking.
Oh.
Anally.
No.
How does that even happen?
Oil?
They have no oil.
Yeah. He's like, they're good for the environment. She's like, actually, electric batteries are in the long term quite bad for the environment.
And then just going back and forth in the endless loop. He continued to demand that I just say one nice thing about Tesla. Why do you care, dude?
A Tesla was my grandfather. Or wait, no, stop that. My grandfather was a Tesla.
I am Nicholas Tesla's son, and I have come back from staying alive this whole time to wreak vengeance. Even though I've said in the past and in the argument that Tesla had a lot of promise when they first hit the market, this is just divulging into a Tesla argument.
This is just Tesla, yeah.
With innovative features, but that didn't count.
Innovative features that you can take right on the road. Tesla, buy now.
Elon, are you really doing this on our show right now?
Maybe this is like a Honda ad.
Oh, interesting. The ops are coming on to advertise, say how bad the enemy is.
Yeah, they're like, Teslas are horrible. My husband tried to get me to to advertise Tesla, but I wouldn't compromise with my beliefs.
But
I'm a Honda lover through and through.
I get the feeling that this is going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, I hated it first, and then they love it.
Oh, so it is an ad for Tesla.
It's like I've realized the error of my ways, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, he even tried to use my love for planet preservation to somehow convince me or change my mind.
No.
When I pointed out to him, he said he wasn't trying to change my mind. But when I asked him what he was trying to do, he really couldn't answer me. This fight devolved again to why does he feel like he has to give up everything to please me? I told him relationships are about compromise, meeting in the middle, and understanding and respecting both partners' needs. He doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, it feels like he needs to have control over every part
That's true.
of OP's life.
He just thinks his only purpose is to love and serve me.
His only purpose is to love and serve Tesla.
To death. Him and I haven't talked about it since. Would I be the a-hole if I broke up with him over something like this? How would I go about solving this? Can it be solved? Any advice would be great. Thanks. We have an edit and nothing more after that edit. But let's answer the question, what should OP do?
Oh, I don't know. It seems like OP's husband is as we say in the business, a J in the river.
Ooh.
Perhaps a Tesla out of
Battery. A dead Tessie.
A dead Tessie.
As they say in the business.
In the river.
Yep.
So
but
I feel
boyfriend
like,
and girlfriend, by the way.
Right. Boyfriend, girlfriend. I think that, I don't know. It feels like this isn't working. It seems like they're fighting over stupid things.
Yeah.
And if you're fighting over literally this small, minuscule things and you can't even get over those arguments.
Yeah, he's literally like, say one good thing about Tesla. And it's like, it doesn't
matter. It truly doesn't
and
matter.
she's telling you like, you can have a Tesla.
Like, I'm not going to rag on you.
And then they go into this like insanely unnecessary rabbit hole on all of this stuff. So JC says he's trash. Leave OP. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly.
Also, how long have they been together? Let's boyfriend of 10 months. I mean, here's I think the real question.
Yes.
Do they try to do a couple of 10 months? They're young. They're in their early 20s. Sure. OP's 23 herself.
Yeah.
Do they go for any sort of like
dump him
therapy?
Dump him. You've got time. You can find another one.
Dump or counseling? Is he a J in the river or is he a dry puff of fresh air?
Is he a J in the river or a bird in the hole?
You never know. That's what they say in the business.
Yeah.
As we finish out with this update, oh my God, my update disappeared from me.
No.
And now it's back.
Yay.
And let's dive into it. Edit. Thank you for all the responses, but I see some common questions that I would like to answer. My boyfriend is not normally this argumentative and irritated. He was just in a sour mood because of the trip. I just took it as stress from being around family, and I didn't think it was a time or place to ask him about it. Also, his family knew I brought stuff and just asked me to smoke away from the rented cabin. We were not in his family's homes. When I went out to smoke, he insisted on being with me. I told him that he didn't have to go with me. His family was on the back patio in the basement talking and playing games, so I thought it was a good time for me to slip out. He just wanted to be in my company. He did not smoke the J with me, just was with me. He was the one who wanted to drive us to the spot and back. If he had not come with me, I would have been happy to walk to a different spot and do my business. Addressing my convo with the family friend, we were alone on the back patio for a while. Everyone else was asleep late that night. The family friend asked both of us about our past relationships. Okay, so it seems there is a family friend that entered the chat and some dynamics ensued. And my boyfriend was fine with me talking about the dynamics of mine, including me being in an open relationship. So this was the family asked about the open relationship that OP previously had. She also asked questions about our current relationship. Yes, I see she was being nosy, but I consider myself an open book and don't mind sharing my experiences when asked. I haven't had the big conversation with boyfriend yet, but I'm planning to do it later this week. He works late at night, so I'm waiting for his next day off. Again, thank you for everyone's comments. And I think the big question is, would I be the a-hole if I broke up with this? Which was the question at the beginning of the edit. So for you, Sophia.
Yes, for me.
The answer is, would Opie be the a-hole?
He just seems really, no. If she broke up?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think there is a world where if it was like if she only noticed this behavior on the trip, then maybe like take a week. I don't know, maybe like a week. And just like see if this behavior continues.
Yeah.
But it's not good. Not good behavior.
Yeah, it just seems like they got in 3 fights. All the fights were so dumb.
Stupid.
I could kind of see like maybe one, and then you walk away and you're like, I was just in a totally irrational headspace. Like, my bad on that. That was like a lot. But they're all like kind of the same and like really like. Tell me one thing you love about Teslas. I mean,
why?
People who love Teslas, like, there's just something not quite right there.
Like, also, I think
Sam is in the room.
I think there's like sometimes you're gonna have stupid fights over stupid things.
Yes,
like that just happens. You're like, I'm gonna double down on Cheetos are the best. And then you get into a fight and you're like, why are we even fighting about this?
Yeah.
However, if it's a continuous issue, and also he seems like he's being kind of weird about her past relationships, maybe consider breaking up.
Yeah.
It's not like we're just saying you should dump him. She's asking, would it be okay to dump him?
Yeah.
So I feel like if she's even asking that, then yeah.
Here's a more specific question. Yeah. Would she be the a-hole if she dumped him on the family trip instead of waiting until the trip is over?
Ooh, maybe it'd be an awkward ride home. Maybe after.
Yeah, because also it's 4 days long.
Yeah.
So like you can, I think, wait out the 4 days, and that's like better for you because you don't have to be in the awkward car ride and like with the family. Like, that'd be
don't do it on the thing.
Pretty torturous. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And what was the question this episode?
The question is, when should you give up on a relationship?
When should you give up on a relationship? I think
when he's a J in the river.
When he's a J in the river.
He's got anal leakage.
This was like 10 months. He was being pretty whack. Like, I think this seemed to be an appropriate time. 10 months. That's the first marker.
Yeah.
10 months was the marker of the first story.
Yeah.
But we have another, and we have a plan.
A plan.
To switch out, which is me.
All right.
Leaving. Goodbye, everyone. See you soon.